This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
The most wonderful time of the year. Although, let's be honest, around the holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So, while ice skating for two is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. Gifts for your third cousins? Steep. A single line with Verizon? Not so steep. A real tree? Pricey. A single line with Verizon? Less pricey. Flights to see Mima and Pops? Those are up. A $50 per month single line? That's down. Even a trip to the San Francisco Holiday Market will cost you more. But with Verizon, you can switch and bring your phone for just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees. All this to say, during the holiday season, when everything is costing more, you can get more for less right now at a local Verizon store. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
Good morning.
Today is a very special day.
It's a very special day. Why is today a special day?
Because today is
E-G-I-M, that's right.
Today is...
Thank God it's Monday.
Thank God it's Monday.
Wait, is that a real thing?
Is that a real thing?
Why, yes, it is.
Google it.
You can Google it. It's worth a Google.
I don't need to.
I believe you.
You know what else I just realized? It's showtime.
From the KLAQ studios in beautiful sunny El Paso, Texas.
Does anyone copy my transmission?
The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Only on 95.5 KLAQ El Paso.
Well, thank you so much. Good morning and welcome everybody to the Buzz Adams Morning Show. It's Monday and it's December the 9th. Christmas ain't getting any further away. Just closer. Days will still be getting shorter for, I think, another 10 days. I'm not sure when the winter solstice is.
I'm not sure either.
But it's getting dark like at 5 o'clock now.
Dude.
You like it or you don't like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
But that just means I have to take my dog for a walk earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cutting into my napping time now. Either way, I'm going to bed.
Speaking of walking dogs, I like this time of year because I don't get dirty looks for walking my dog without little dog shoes because the pavement's hot.
Too hot.
Yeah. I don't need you judging me. He's a dog. He has foot pads on his feet, okay? Good morning, Alberto.
Good morning, Buzz.
Alberto, honey, do me a favor, yeah? Make sure that it's on program and not on air.
Now it is.
Thank you.
All right. Way to go, Alberto.
What does that do? I don't know.
It sounded because we're on air. And
Yeah.
it's just giving us the feedback of what's on air. It needs to be on program, honey.
It's a little insider bit of business. Hey, Alberto, good news. I realize you've been working enough lately that you qualify for the morning show gift exchange. So I'm going to get you a gift. Bad news, Nico has missed too many days, so he does not get a morning show Christmas gift exchange.
I still have mine from last year, so I'm good.
The alarm clock I got you?
I'm good.
Probably still in the box, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I ripped up the box. Buzz gave me my gift early.
Yeah. Well, you need
It's
it early.
I did, yeah. I love them, Buzz. Thank you so much.
Go ahead. Tell everybody. And you can use the model name if you want to.
Buzz got me new headphones.
No, not just any headphones.
Not just any headphones.
Some
These
nice
are these
ones.
Sony MDR 7506
7506 is dynamic.
stereo headphones.
There you go.
And it already came with an adapter.
Wow. God bless us, everyone.
God bless us, everyone. Thank you, Buzz. I love them. They
look
sound
nice.
great.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
Just like you.
My parents would say, estrenando.
That's true.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
God, what does that mean? Like you're
That's your like
you're wearing it for the
debuting,
first time. Yeah, debuting. There we go.
Estrenado.
Estrenando.
You're showing off.
Yes, because it's new. Estrenando.
Coming up today, one of my favorite actors, and you've seen him. If you go see movies, you've seen this guy. He's been in so many movies. Shea Wiggum, who played Steve Buscemi's brother on Boardwalk Empire. That was also a great show. Did you watch Boardwalk Empire?
Yeah.
Did we watch it together?
Some of it, and then I watched it on my own.
So he plays Eli, the crooked cop brother of Nucky on, but he's been in a bunch of other stuff.
Nucky.
He's been in the last 2 Mission Impossible movies with Tom Cruise. Shea Wiggum is going to be on talking about his latest movie.
I honestly thought we had somebody from The Simpsons. I didn't know if that was
because then you saw the name Wiggum,
Chief Wiggum,
Ralphie, even the rarely seen Mrs. Wiggum.
Right.
You're like, a Wiggum will be on the show.
No, Shea Wiggum is a fantastic actor, and his new movie is called Lake George, and it's available. You can rent it at home and watch it.
Yeah, I was looking up a lot of the reviews for it. They say it's really good.
Really good.
The trailer looks great. I may watch it.
Yeah, so Shea Wiggum coming up later on the show. Good morning, Nico.
Good morning,
How was your
Buzz.
weekend?
Good.
Did you go and see Sean Grant by any chance? He brought us Christmas cards.
I know, and he wrote the nicest thing in mine.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Mine
sweet.
says Happy Holidays.
But you got a
but
card.
he didn't really know you before Friday.
Exactly.
Right.
But you got a card.
So it means that much more.
What a nice young man.
Oh, Sean's
that
great.
Sean Grant is.
Sean's one of the best.
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to go see him this weekend, unfortunately, but I did talk to him on the phone. So
still nursing the ulcer?
Oh my God. Nico.
No, it's a hernia.
You should go to Mexico and get it resolved. No,
yeah, why don't you do that?
Oh, honey, how are you doing? You look in pain over there.
Give me some piquitos blancos while you're there too.
What are piquitos blancos?
Like speed, like Mexican speed.
Piquitos blancos. Oh, little whiteys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Little whiteys.
Did you know that, Joanna?
I did.
I had to work a triple shift one time, and somebody said, "Here, take these." I'm like, "What are these?" Poquitos blancos.
And you took them?
Well, I thought they were just over the counter.
Like, thank you so much.
Thank you, strange man, for these things you told me to ingest in my body.
4 days later, I finally went to sleep.
Right.
But you worked that shift.
But I worked that triple shift. Good morning.
Don't make
Welcome,
him
everybody,
laugh.
to the show.
Don't make me laugh too hard today.
I'll do my best.
It pops out.
Let's take a look at El Paso weather. Things are going to turn a little wintry. It's not going to get down to, well, it might overnight, actually. It's going to get really close to freezing overnight. Not today, though. Sunny, near 70 for the high temperature. Today looks fantastic. A little on the windy side, 20-mile-an-hour winds today, so it is going to be gusty. But otherwise, sunny, 68 is going to be today's high temperature. Tomorrow, though, is going to be much cooler, partly cloudy on Tuesday. 53 is all we're going to get for a high temperature. And then, Joanna, Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Going to get down in the 20s.
Ooh,
27 for the overnight low. Nico,
you said it like you were in a Gap
can
commercial.
you believe I got in my pool on Saturday?
Yeah.
You got in your pool?
I believe it.
Was it cold?
No, I mean,
Did you do it during the day?
it's drained. So there's like they've got to fix something in the pool, so I had to let it drain. So I got in the pool, but there was no water.
You were just chilling
You're
in
so
the
silly.
bottom of the pool?
I was just like, if I was
skateboarding.
If I was Tony Hawk, I would do some mean Heelys right here.
Some Heelys, yeah.
I don't know if that's cool. It's going to continue to be cool. Highs in the 50s, it looks like, for Wednesday and Thursday. Climbing out back into the 60s by Friday, and the weekend is going to turn out to be pretty nice. Mid-60s for high temperatures coming up this weekend. Cowboys are playing tonight.
Woo!
Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football, and they've been touting this. There's going to be some kind of crossover with The Simpsons on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Cowboys football, Monday Night Football is at AT&T Stadium, a home game against the Cincinnati Bengals. And our broadcast starts with the pregame show. You can tune in to Brad Sham, Babe Laufenberg at 5 o'clock. That's when Cowboys football begins today on KLAQ. Dallas Cowboys football on the Q is brought to you by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys, 915 Tours, and Border City Ale House. Border City Ale House, the home of the 600 ESPN El Paso Monday night football watch parties. Cappy will be in a bit later to talk sports with us. Joanna, Hollywood Cheesemay is coming up in about an hour. What do we have on the Hollywood Cheesemay today?
The YMCA. Is it a gay anthem or is it not a gay anthem?
Well, now members of the Village people disagree on whether or not it's a gay anthem.
Are the Village people like, we're not gay?
The Village people are feuding now.
One of the original guys, the cop, is saying, no, it's not a gay anthem. Did the cop, not Victor Willis, not know he was in a gay band?
He said that it's misconstrued because the person who helped him write it is gay. But everybody, he says, it's not a gay anthem. However, the construction worker would disagree because now they are both publicly feuding.
Oh, the construction
worker says, that's a gay song. It's a gay anthem.
I love
vote
how we don't
with
know
the construction worker. That's a gay song.
I love how we don't know their names.
Young man.
I'll figure out the construction worker's name later on.
And if it's not, you know that In the Navy is.
In the Navy.
Where everybody...
You can sail the 7 seas in the Navy. You can take it up the beach.
I thought it had dirty lyrics for some reason.
Are they also the ones that do?
Macho
man. I want to be your macho man.
Yeah, all their songs were gay.
Does the cop not know he's like in a gay group?
Maybe they didn't tell him because he's the cop and he's worried he'd narc him out or something.
Some strict morals about it.
I'll have more entertainment.
Yeah, we're gonna tear into that.
This.
Do you have any Cowboys jokes? Do you know any
Dallas Cowboys jokes?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Why doesn't Fort Worth have a professional football team?
Why?
Because if they did, Dallas would want one too.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's an oldie. Why do you want me to come up with? I could probably write like 20.
Both of you to come up with 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do Cowboys fans change a light bulb?
I don't know.
They wait for the replay.
Okay. Where are you finding these?
At DallasCowboysJokes.com.
Wait a minute. The DallasCowboysJokes.com, not run by Cowboy fans?
I don't think so.
They're freaking Washington Commanders fans? What are they? Cowboys Tonight, brought to you by Miller Lite. And if nobody else has anything to add, we have Today in Sound Clips coming up here in just a few minutes. That's on the way. We'll get into our sound clips. Okay, so you mentioned it earlier. The guy who shot the United Healthcare CEO got away.
Right.
So you're not going to believe this. He got away by jumping on a bike. That's right.
Who would have thunk
a bicycle?
Bike?
Wait, but he didn't end with the bike. He also caught a bus at the Port Authority.
What is this? The 80s?
And then a cab, I think, at some point.
Can we just talk about how the internet is in love with this shooter?
Yeah, people do not mind that he murdered somebody, and because of who he murdered. They're like, yeah, that healthcare worker, that insurance guy.
I mean, you may not like the insurance industry, but you don't know about this guy. Maybe he really worked to make people's experience better. I mean, I guess
don't like where we're going as a society.
Yeah, it's
when we're cheering.
They held a shooter look-alike contest in New York City
because he pulled his mask down to flirt with the girl at the hospital.
So it's just people dressed in like hoodies with a mask and.
How would you even do that?
But the internet is baby girling him. They think he is so cute.
Oh no.
Buzz,
shut up.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
Somebody close to Buzz.
Yeah, somebody close to me said, yeah, he is cute. We got Today in Sound Clips on the way. Have that coming to you right after this.
The Daily Calendar.
Today, December 9th.
Yeah, 'tis the season. It's Christmas Card Day and National Llama Day. To all those who celebrate, we say it's Techno Day, of course, because it's the favorite music of llamas worldwide. It's also Opal Apples Day. They're the yellow ones, and llamas love them. It's Lost and Found Day, so if you lose your llama, you could probably check there. And for anyone who doesn't have a llama, it's National Pastry Day. Have a pastry and get a llama. And that's your daily calendar.
Hey, it's Chuck, your host for Loudwire Nights. Tonight at 7, we will rock the borderland with the best rock ever made and the best rock being made. Special guests, birthday and anniversary celebrations, and every night at 10, right.
Oh my gosh. Whataburger's Breakfast on a Bun Bob Ranchero. Served 11 p.m. to 11 a.m.
Broadcasting in El Paso to El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
We've got a really great Loudwire Nights tonight. Happy birthday to Trey Cool of Green Day.
Happy birthday, Trey.
He's having a birthday, so we're going to do a special Green Day tribute in honor of Trey Cool's birthday. Mission Metallica at 10 o'clock. Did you know that last year in 2023, Metallica played their first ever show in Saudi Arabia? So we're going to hear a few tracks from that that historic concert in Saudi Arabia tonight. That's our Mission Metallica.
A lot of Metallica fans, you think?
Oh, everywhere.
In the Middle East?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in the world, you could probably go anywhere. Yeah, maybe not North Korea, but... so that is Loudwire Nights. 7 to midnight, Monday through Friday on 95.5 KLAQ. Coming up later, actor Shea Wiggum, who was he's been in a ton of stuff, but I guess I first noticed him in Boardwalk Empire. He played Steve Buscemi's brother in that.
Nucky.
Well, he played Eli. Right. Steve Buscemi played...
Nucky.
There you go, Nucky.
And now, today in sound clips.
All of the day's news with accompanying sound bites and actualities. Time for Today in Sound Clips. Major development in the Middle East. The government of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad collapsed over the weekend, leading al-Assad to flee the country for Moscow. Mm-hmm. Speaking at a defense conference on Saturday before rebels moved into Damascus, U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said the rebels were able to move so quickly because the chief backers of Assad's regime had been weakened and distracted, referring to
Russia and Iran.
And Iran, and also Hezbollah had been a pretty big backer of the Syrian president. Mm-hmm. President Biden spoke to the press yesterday. Biden said the Assad regime in Syria has been a brutal one.
At long last, the Assad regime has fallen. This regime brutalized and tortured and killed literally hundreds of thousands of innocent Syrians.
This guy's been on the clock since the Arab Spring, so he got like 12 years too many. Since like 2011.
Check out the big brain on Alberto.
Are you part Syrian, Alberto?
No, not at all.
He's just following.
My dad keeps up a lot with that stuff, so I do too.
It kind of leaks through.
Yeah, he'll just sit there and talk to us about it.
Biden said yesterday that he's talking about his main supporters, which we mentioned.
For years, the main backers of Assad have been Iran, Hezbollah, and Russia. But over the last week, their support collapsed, all three of them, because all three of them are far weaker today than they were when I took office.
Sounds like he's trying to score a few points in the month that he has left, a little over a month.
So do you remember Tulsi Gabbard used to talk about Syria, especially during the ISIS kind of days? She would say they're not using chemical weapons because they were accused of using chemical weapons at the time. And she was saying,
You're not confusing Viktor Orban
no.
with al-Assad,
I'm not.
you?
No.
Okay.
No, because Orban wasn't the one accused of using chemical weapons.
Assad.
It was Assad. And she was just echoing like Russian propaganda and really supporting Bashar al-Assad, saying, no, he's good.
Well, if you want to know what Trump is thinking about this, because he's going to take over a little over a month, he doesn't think we should be going to war. He thinks we shouldn't be sticking our nose in other countries' business. So
I don't think we are, right?
Well, there were some U.S. missiles that came into play. Back to President Joe Biden. Joe Biden said the U.S. will focus on protecting Syria's neighbors following the collapse of the Assad regime.
Will support Syria's neighbors, including Jordan, Lebanon, Iraq, and Israel, should any threat arise from Syria.
And, Biden talked about U.S. action already. He revealed that the U.S. had conducted dozens of targeted airstrikes in Syria.
Just today, U.S. forces conducted dozens of precision airstrikes within Syria, targeting ISIS camps and ISIS operatives.
Here's what Donald Trump wrote on his social media site on Saturday. I just cannot bring myself to say the name of his social media site.
Because then you're repeating the propaganda?
Well, no. It's just that it's called Truth.
Well, then you're going to get the impression that it's
Truth. And
truth.
a post is called, instead of a tweet, it's called a truth. And that seems like a sneaky trick to me. Trump wrote on Saturday, "This is not our fight. Let it all play out. Do not get involved." President-elect Donald Trump says that RFK will investigate the link between vaccines and autism. Nico, can you tell us the mainstream scientific understanding about the link between vaccines and autism?
There are none.
There are none. So they have investigated this for 30 years.
I will say that the reason that people might still hear this is that there was a scientist in the early 2000s, late 90s. Andrew Wakefield, who did a series of, I'm not even sure if they were actual experiments, but they might have been a retroactive
what he was doing,
of,
he was already working with a lawyer and planning class action lawsuits for parents. Anyway, his science did not check out. He was
correct.
He was stripped of his doctor status.
But almost all anti-vaxxers point to his work as the reasoning behind it, and ever since then there's been no other research.
Right. If you ever hear somebody say RFK is an anti-vaxxer, he has been beating this drum for a long time in the face of overwhelming evidence that there is no link between childhood vaccines and autism. NBC News' Kristen Welker, who interviewed, and his first interview since being elected, interviewed Donald Trump on Meet the Press, asked him about this issue.
When you look at the numbers, we really don't have a very healthy country.
Well, sir, going back 25 years, studies show that there is no link between vaccines and autism, and yet it sounds like you are open to the possibility of him looking
I'm open to
getting
anything.
rid of them?
I think somebody has to find out. If you go back 25 years ago, you had very little autism.
That was not a diagnosis that they just handed out left and right. They are diagnosing more things as autism. You know, when I was a kid, if you were autistic, people might say, oh, he's a daydreamer, or he doesn't focus, or whatever. We didn't have an autism diagnosis. We didn't have a dyslexia diagnosis.
Or even
all of that stuff was, when I was a kid, was in its infancy. I didn't know one single person who had autism. In fact, I don't think I heard the word autism until I was out of high school.
Well, especially since now they recognize it's a spectrum of different types of autism. So the ones that were probably autistic back then probably were never called it. They were probably called schizophrenic or something else.
Yeah. So there's a real simple answer to President-elect Trump's pondering there, and that is, they only started diagnosing it 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a diagnosis for autism, but it was not something that many people got. So it would seem to the untrained eye that there's a lot more autism. Well, there's a lot more autism diagnosis today.
When were you diagnosed?
Never.
No?
No.
In the 80s?
No.
You don't? No? You don't got a touch of it?
Like I said, I never knew anybody. What do you mean, do I have a touch of it?
You might have a touch.
Well, if it's a spectrum, I guess everybody's on the spectrum somewhere. Parents in Texas are upset after they were told that their kids had been punished by not being allowed to go to the restroom. This happened in Conroe, Texas.
My parents live there.
Oh.
Your parents live in Conroe?
Yep. Wow.
That's basically Houston, right?
Yep.
Well, parents are expressing outrage after a message was sent home stating that their children had lost the privilege to use the restroom because somebody lost the restroom pass.
Oh, man.
The incident occurred at Bartlett Elementary in Conroe, Texas, and has sparked concerns over the well-being and treatment of children.
We are no longer going to let forgetful children relieve themselves
because they lost my huge key.
And so
the last
we're
I checked, it was just a block. It was just the key. The pass was just a block of wood, right?
Right, a block of wood, or like they'll give you a big box like this so that you have to carry it around.
Right. It's not an actual key.
Oh,
you can make anything the pass.
What do they recommend though? Like diapers for everybody.
Well, here are some of the kids.
There's a bucket.
Yeah.
Here's some of the kids from Bartlett and Conroe, Texas, and one of the parents talking about the situation.
Miss Barrera took it away from us.
Oh, he just threw her under the bus. He just dropped her name right out there.
That
Miss
one right there.
Barrera took it away from us, and like my friends need to go potty really bad. Some people were crying to death to go to the bathroom.
So initially we were told 2. After we, as parents, got into a group and started talking more, it has come down to be there's about 6 who actually soiled themselves and had accidents.
Yeah, you're not going to live that down until you're out of high school, kids.
Well, not if everybody's doing it.
That's a good point, yeah. Remember when we all peed our pants?
Peed our pants. Or
pooped
old
number
bat,
2 them.
Miss Barrera. A Florida man says the Delta Airlines burned his golf bag.
Oh, no.
And the clubs inside it. He says that his bag and clubs were worth almost $4,000. I don't know how you get a set of golf clubs that are $4,000.
Is that like too expensive?
Too expensive, yeah. I mean, you can get a nice set of clubs in a bag for under $2,000. So, maybe this was made out of alpaca wool or something. The man who claims that Delta destroyed his golf bag and clubs is named John Andre, and he says that his claims were initially declined, and Delta wasn't going to do anything about it, but then Delta heard that he was talking to the media and the press. So that's when he said things changed. They paid his claim in full. Here is John Andre talking about his destroyed golf bag and clubs.
Then I realized when it came around again, oh my God, these are my clubs. The freight guy said they dragged it. Of course, they wore through the protective covering. Then they started to spark. Then it caught everything on fire. We have
what?
Oh my
God!
God!
Wait, I don't understand how.
The guy said they dragged it.
Like, was he watching it happen from the plane as they were trying to put it into the?
It sounded to me like they told him what had occurred that caused his golf bag to burn up.
The freight guy said they dragged it. Of course, they wore through the protective covering. Then they started to spark. Then it caught everything on fire. We have to make it right. And in that case, that means writing a check for the value of the clubs. That's all we're asking for. We got a phone call from Delta, and miracle of miracles, they apologize, and they're going to pay the claim in full.
A very frightening incident. A Florida woman was caught trying to take a toddler out of someone's backyard. They caught her doing it. Here is the police body cam footage as they were talking to Pamela Monsalve We're also going to hear from an officer explaining the situation, but Monsalve is explaining why she took the kid out of the backyard. Believe it or not, she thinks she has a rationale.
I thought it's like a penny on the ground. You just get to take it if it's not around. Nobody's around to take it.
Nobody said claimsies.
He was outside. He was naked. He was naked with his shirt and his everything was naked. And I asked for the people around to call police, and nobody would call police.
Everything that she said didn't make sense as to there was no reason for her to take this child. She doesn't know the child, has no relationship with the family whatsoever. So it was just not something that we would normally see or that of a normal individual.
Mine.
God.
Claimed.
Yeah.
We have a couple of stories about holiday decorations. You ready?
Okay.
First of all, a Florida family says that
Wait, can I ask this? First of all, has anybody put up their decorations yet? Well, you don't decorate.
I own a home.
We put lights up.
You have a dwelling. You could put some lights if you want.
You could get a tiny tree for your apartment or whatever.
One year, my friend decorated a tumbleweed and hung it from the ceiling. It was beautiful.
It was so beautiful. It made Buzz tear up.
A tumbleweed?
Yeah, a tumbleweed.
That's innovative. Yeah, that's great.
Did it have lights in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was all lit up, and
We call that a Texas Christmas tree.
that's exactly what my friend said.
Joanna, you said you already did yours?
Yeah, but we haven't put up the Christmas dragon yet.
Christmas dragon.
I bought a Christmas dragon
Buzz bought
for
a Christmas
Lisa and Joanna years back.
It lives with me now.
You have full
Eduardo.
custody of
I have full
Eduardo.
custody of it, yeah.
Well, this Florida family said they had their blow-up Grinch stolen from their yard.
I'm scared of getting my dragon stolen.
What a Grinch. Yeah.
It ended up to be a wild animal. A bear stole their Grinch.
How the bear stole.
Here's the
How the bear stole
homeowner.
Christmas.
Yeah. Here's the homeowner talking about what she saw on her doorbell camera.
He was literally like clawing at like trying to unplug it, and yeah, he took it to the woods. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. I literally like text my husband and I'm like, what is going on? Like we were texting back and forth, just rewatching the video, sending it to all of our family and friends at 5 a.m. because we were like, what is going on? We thought it was the craziest thing, but yeah, it's a funny story to tell.
Check out Yogi.
I gotta find this video. I hope they posted it
I'm
online.
sure they did.
Baloo really hates Christmas.
Another man, this also in Florida.
Oh my God, how cute.
What?
The bear is just like, I'm gonna take it. Look at that.
That is adorable.
A guy in Florida decorated his Christmas and put up a 20-foot tall version of the leg lamp from A Christmas Story in his front yard.
Nice.
Here's J.P. Michalik, the homeowner, talking about the massive leg lamp in his front yard.
It is 420% bigger than the one that appears in the movie, so it's 20 feet tall. So this is golf netting that I bought off Amazon. The fringe, 14-inch fringe, there's a half mile of that. Everyone's decorating their houses, and I thought it'd be fun to have like a neighborhood competition who could have like the best Christmas decorations. And I was tossing and turning one night, and then I had like this epiphany. Sometimes their kids haven't seen the movie, and they're like, oh no, we gotta go home and we're gonna force you to watch this movie. A 40-year-old movie with no CGI, and people are still quoting it 40 years later.
They sure are.
It's a major award.
Fragile. Must be Italian.
Oh, honey, I think that says fragile.
Are we going to start that this week?
Oh, we should.
should.
Yeah.
What am I going to watch? Because I've seen, I guess, all
the
of them.
point is we all watch it
Together.
for
At the same
Monday
time.
morning movie
Yeah.
club.
Together.
Okay, so I'm going to visit my niece in Chickasha, Oklahoma. And Chickasha is not a huge town, under 20,000 people, but they do have the world's largest leg lamp.
Are you going to make sure that she takes you there?
Well, I'm seeing pictures of it online, and it looks like some kind of broke-ass leg lamp.
Maybe it looks better at night.
Maybe it looks
These
better
are
at
pictures
night.
during
Let's
the
see.
day.
Looks broke ass.
Yeah, it does look better in the day, but where are the black fishnet stockings?
Fishnets. electric sex.
Also, in that
I've been
other
hearing
picture,
about this for over a year since my niece.
Oh, really?
moved. Yeah, this is like her first home since she got married, and her first job, and her husband's first job.
She's being a wife.
In the lamp?
Not at the lamp.
I was like, wait, what?
No,
in the town that has the lamp.
How would you work in the lamp?
I don't know. You'd live in a lamp.
Well, I can tell you, I am definitely thinking about getting some black paint and painting the fishnet stockings on there because it's just not the same.
Major award.
It's a major award. Some hick won a bowling alley over in Terre Haute.
What a great
movie.
It's a great movie.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We've got more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show on the way right after this.
Music news, concert updates, song and album factoids, and of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock. Oh,
Grilled cheese. The fundamentals at Peter Piper Pizza, where the fun is baked in.
live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show, courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
Today is Christmas Card Day. We'll have the Mo Show calendar and daily almanac of events coming up shortly. Let's talk about Winterfest for a little bit, okay?
Ooh, yeah.
Have you guys been? Who's been?
Well, Joanna and Nico were there on the grand opening night.
Yes.
I haven't been either.
And then I perused it while I went to go see Beetlejuice. So I had to go through all the Winterfest activities to get to the plaza.
They were showing, what, the original Beetlejuice?
No, the musical.
Oh, the musical, right. KLAQ and Town Square Media, the city of El Paso, and El Paso Live bring you the rink at Winterfest. The ice rink is located at the Downtown Convention Center Plaza, which is one Civic Center Plaza, and skating is going on through January the 1st.
Cool.
They have various skate sessions throughout the day and the evening, too. Tickets for skate sessions are on sale online. You can go to epwinterfest.com. That's epwinterfest.com. And listen to the Buzz Adams Morning Show to win tickets. You can find out more about Winterfest and the rink at Civic Center Plaza at KLAQ.com. Also on the KLAQ mobile app.
They have it set up so nice around the rink as well. Like they have this little lounge where you can get some hot cocoa and like some heaters so that you can warm up. They've got like chairs, all like really nice couches all around it with fire pits. It's just a really nice setup.
Fire pits, you say?
Yeah.
With fires going?
With fire.
Who tends the fire?
I don't know.
Okay.
But, it's fun.
The movie Nosferatu comes out on Christmas Day, and PETA is protesting.
Huh.
Do you know what they're protesting over?
I do, yeah. I was, yeah.
Well, what are they protesting?
That bats were harmed in the filming.
Not bats.
No, the shameful stereotype of rats. Oh.
Rats. PETA is protesting Nosferatu for defaming rats. They used 5,000 live rats in the movie about a vampire.
Real rats, by the way. Like he said, no CGI. They were all real rats. And that's when the director discovered, working with rats is not great.
How do you defame rats? How do you
They
slander
already
them?
have bad reputations.
Right?
Accuse them of stealing your cheese.
Yeah, they don't all know martial arts.
Well, they planned on protesting last night at the Los Angeles screening with a giant rat and a sign that says, quote, "Rats have rights. We didn't cause the plague."
What?
It is unclear if their mission succeeded or not.
Rats get a bad rap.
Okay, rats definitely passed on the bubonic plague, right?
They were vectors. Fleas.
Disease vectors. Fleas off of the rats.
Mm-hmm.
PETA says, quote, a human is no more likely to be harmed or killed by a rat in real life than by a vampire. That's not true. That's not true at all.
Yeah.
Rats exist.
Yeah, where's your statistic on that?
They're like, we interviewed one vampire.
Yeah. We've looked at all the research, okay? All the vampire research out there.
A human is no more likely to be harmed or killed by a rat in real life than by a vampire. I've never had a rat bite, but I know people have. Nobody's ever had a vampire bite.
Vampire Weekend kills it every time, though.
And false portrayals of these animals as harbingers of death deny viewers the chance to see them as the intelligent, social, and affectionate individuals they are.
Okay.
PETA was not done.
Oh.
The only pests moviegoers need to be concerned with are directors who subject animals to the chaos and confusion of a film set.
So Robert Eggers here. That's hilarious.
Chaos and confusion, fine, but they're not setting like poison cheese out for them or traps or anything.
Right?
Are you a rat man?
Me?
Yeah.
I would generally leave them alone as long as they leave me alone. And part of leaving me alone is don't come in my house because you dead.
Do they scare you?
If you've ever had a rat run across the floor in front of you, you will know that everybody's scared by that.
They're just so, I don't know, like, you see one and you're like,
what are you doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not scared by a rat running across your foot, there's only one explanation. You are actual vampires familiar. You're a real Renfield. You know that?
There goes Renfield.
Or Guillermo.
One time we had a rat in the house, and I have like so many cats. I was like, one of you do your job.
And did they?
Junior eventually caught it.
Nice.
Caught it?
Caught it.
Just one?
It was just one, yeah. But he didn't like kill it immediately.
He played with it?
He played with it so much. And then
I'm going to torture you.
When it finally died, Junior was like so sad.
My toy.
Like he was like, my friend, it died.
How can you tell if a cat is sad?
Because he was just like looking at it and like pawing at the
Like,
rat, like, wake up, friend. And I'm like,
He wanted to play with
and I'm
the
like, Junior, stop playing with that dead rat. I'm all trying to grab it. And Junior was just like moping.
Ugh, Joanna's got bubonic plague.
Right?
That's
And
a
I'm
good
like,
cat.
Junior. Frickin'
It's one of the few things you can point to and say cats can actually be helpful is if they
And I haven't seen
catch
a
and
rat
kill
since then.
vermin.
Yeah, if it's a mouser.
They also added that rats form close bonds with their families and friends.
Okay.
Rats enjoy playing and
Junior?
wrestling, not with Junior the cat. Did you know that rats even giggle when they are tickled?
Shut up.
Well, that's what PETA said.
Who's tickling rats?
I'm not scared by rats. I'm not.
You're not scared by them?
No, not at all.
I mean, I'm not
If
scared
it's a
by
pet,
them either.
if it's somebody's pet, I'm not.
But
I'm
when
not-
you see one come out from
Yeah,
under the fridge
when run-
and like
or
you
under
see
the
it run, and
gut.
you're like, Junior.
I want to
Junior.
jump up on a chair, hike my skirt up over my knees, and go.
No, yeah, I could see how it'd be like.
It's not like alarming to you, like, a rat.
More the fact that like, oh, I didn't know I have a guest. Like
You're all,
somebody.
welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
The way
It's not a cockamouse.
This reminds me. This reminds me. Is it Mouse Rat?
A mouse
Remember
rat.
that was
Rat Mouse.
I do remember that. Mouse Rat.
Mouse
What
Rat.
was Mouse Rat from?
The band from
band.
Parks and Rec. That's what they named themselves.
Right. It was Andy's band.
They wrote 5,000 Candles in the Wind.
Oh, and quote, rats are less likely than dogs or cats to catch and transmit parasites and viruses. Yeah, well, we call rats vermin. Why don't we call cats and dogs vermin?
Because they're cuter.
I guess there's probably people out there who are rat
People. Yeah, my
Rat
friend used to
folks.
be a rat guy.
I've
he
seen
said.
people
My friend used to be a rat.
Please.
His name's Peter Pettigrew, okay? It's not not fun.
As far as the 5,000 rats used on Nosferatu,
5,000 rats.
the production designer said from that movie said they were in a controlled area with plexiglass barriers and none of them suffered.
And he cracked
Good.
the window for him.
And they all got it. They all were paid in cheese. So they were working rats.
I don't go to the rat's house and bother them.
I don't go to your job.
Do we
come
have
to my
another?
house,
Do we have another commercial set
Yes.
this hour? We
Ooh,
do.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this real quick then. Mo Show calendar, daily almanac of events. We'll get through this. Today is December the 9th. It is Christmas card day.
Oh, and we got some lovely Christmas
one right
cards from Sean Grant last week.
Today is World Techno Day, so drop the bass. Today is Frozen Food Day and also Cremation Day.
Oh, my.
The reason it's Christmas card day is because the Christmas card was invented on this date. What year? If you can get the decade.
For Christmas cards?
Get the decade.
All right, the fact like
The first
easily
Christmas
available paper that wouldn't be expensive. You would have a Hallmark company probably.
Something that-
1925.
Joanna, you want to take a guess?
Yeah, I'm going to go. It was in the 50s.
You're going to say 1950s?
Yeah.
Alberto, do you want to crack at it? Alberto must be screening calls.
Oh, he's on the phone, yeah.
1843.
Oh.
Hey.
20 years before the Civil War.
Wow.
In 1843, a London merchant named Sir Henry Cole realized that he didn't have time to write all the Christmas cards he needed to send. So he hired an artist and a printer to produce identical Christmas greetings for him. He thought the idea was so clever that he printed another 1,000 and sold them at his shop. However, many people thought these first Christmas cards were offensive because the artwork showed a festive holiday scene with people consuming alcohol.
Oh, dear.
At the time, the first Christmas cards were denounced as deliberately conceived to foster and promote the consumption of alcohol during the holiday season. So it's true, Christmas is just a Hallmark holiday. Celebrities having birthdays today include Simon Helberg, who played Howard on The Big Bang Theory. He's 44 today. Green Day drummer Trey Cool is 52.
Is that his real name?
I doubt it.
I come to the Cool family.
Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe Mike Dirnt's name isn't really Mike Dirnt. Bob Dylan's son Jacob is 55. Do you remember the Wallflowers?
Oh, yeah.
They performed just a few years ago
Yeah.
at Street Fest. They sure did. Retired WWE superstar Kurt Angle is 56 today, and Felicity Huffman from Desperate Housewives is 62. She got sent to jail for that Varsity Blues scandal.
Wait,
Where they were cheating and paying somebody off to get them into the school.
Oh, yeah, that one was a classic.
Why didn't anybody from the schools get in trouble?
Because they were
They
making
had
money
the
probably.
one guy that was
But that guy was the
coordinating it.
facilitator.
Right.
But there had to have been people inside
That's a
these
good
schools
point, yeah.
that must have been
Like
playing
they
ball.
knew, like,
they were probably receiving some of the money, right? You
Right.
didn't hear about any of them getting in trouble. Donny Osmond is 67 today. Oh man,
Do you have a crush on him or his sister?
Oh, Marie looks great to this day. I
She
see her in
does,
those
yeah.
Weight Watchers commercials. She looks fantastic. Actor John Malkovich turned 71 today, and Michael Dorn is 72. Nico, who's Michael Dorn?
Michael Dorn is Worf from Star Trek.
And his species is?
The Klingons.
The Klingons.
Well,
Have there ever been any?
That he was technically abandoned at Kittimer by his father, and that's how he grew up in the Federation.
Technically, he was abandoned by his
father in Kittimer.
Kittimer?
And then he went to Deep Space Nine.
He did. That's when he got the rank of commander.
He got the rank of commander in Deep Space Nine.
And he changed to the red. Command red.
Goodness. Actor Beau Bridges, the older brother of Jeff Bridges, the dude.
Really?
Mm-hmm. 83 today.
I had no idea Jeff Bridges had a...
Yeah. And their father was Lloyd Bridges, who was a big deal. He was in the original Airplane. Lloyd was. And British actor Dame Judi Dench is having a birthday today.
Dame
Judi is 90 years old
You
today.
mean M from James Bond?
Oh, she did become M, didn't she?
She did.
Here's a date for you. 59 years ago, almost 60 years ago, in 1965, a Charlie Brown Christmas premiered on CBS for the very first time.
Oh.
Wow.
They say that was kind of the death blow for aluminum Christmas trees that were very popular at the time. You know, artificial plastic Christmas trees, because Charlie Brown's whole thing is getting a real tree.
Also, but then isn't there the like really sad Charlie Brown tree?
Yeah,
Well,
it's just like a little stick with a little ornament.
But you'd
on it.
expect that from Charlie Brown, because of all the Charlie Browns in the world, he's the Charlie Browniest.
But isn't like the sad Christmas tree a reoccurring theme throughout movies like that?
Well, I don't know. I associate it mostly
With Charlie Brown?
With Charlie Brown, for sure.
Has anyone ever had a real tree? I haven't. Why would you have a real tree?
I've never had a real tree.
We had an artificial Christmas tree that every year we'd have to stick the branches in this pole in the middle.
No, the fun of the real tree.
We had it for all of my childhood, at least 20 years. We had this.
The fun of the real tree is going to the tree lot, or I was going to say tree store, but
there's a great scene in A Christmas Story about that.
Can't wait.
Monday Morning Movie Club returns.
What if they did an updated version and caught up with all the kids from A Christmas Story? Well, the Charlie Brown guy, the kid who played Charlie Brown, tried to kill somebody.
What?
Yeah. He went to prison for trying to kill somebody, and I think he's deceased now,
Well,
the guy
what
who
did
played
they do?
Charlie. But other than that, what if they did a reunion of all the Charlie Brown kids from the Christmas special?
Charlie Brown? Holy hell! The old blockhead comes back from the big city.
Hey, Lucy, how are you?
I've got the double D's. Divorced and diabetic. Boring adult stuff. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah. Wah, 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 wah. Good grief.
Hey, blockhead! Wanna kick the football for old time's sake?
Go yourself.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5.
Nobody wants to wear ugly shoes. Visit the Good Feet store. We can help you wear your heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort.
Originating in El Paso, for El Paso, the Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
Joanna has the Hollywood Cheese May on the way.
Joanna's also making the bed creak.
Yeah, make that noise, dude.
Okay.
It's not doing it as loud.
Now that we're on air, it's not doing it. So a couple of weeks ago, I had to WD-40 both of these seats.
I'll need you to do it again to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Nico's greased his seat before, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Nothing's as greasy as yours, though.
My, you know, one of the things I do with my youngest daughter, she's still in the house.
You brainwash her into liking everything you like?
No, she does not. She doesn't like the Beatles, and she doesn't like.
It's her one act of rebellion.
She doesn't like anything
She
Star
doesn't
Wars.
like the Beatles.
Yeah, and I tell her, you're only hurting yourself by not liking this. But we watched Saturday Night Live. And she said, why are they having so many cameos? And I'll explain to her, oh, that's Dana Carvey. He used to be back on the show, and he did this character church lady, and he would bump you up. And she's interested in all that. She went to go see that Saturday Night Live movie about the very first episode of Saturday Night Live. But she's right. They are doing a lot of cameos. And they had a ton on Saturday. Do you know why I think they're doing so many?
That their featured players aren't that good?
Well, they hardly give them a chance.
Because they're not that good?
I'm sure they're great if they get a chance.
If they give them a chance.
It's their 50th anniversary.
Oh, right.
I think they're bringing back people who have been on the show over the course of that 50 years. So they had a couple. Dana Carvey has appeared in, I think, every episode of Saturday Night Live. In fact, my daughter's questioning, why doesn't he just go back to Saturday Night Live if he doesn't have anything better to do? And I had to explain to her who Wayne and Garth are.
He had like a popular movie career after Saturday Night Live.
You know, he was in the Wayne's World movies, that's for sure. He was in another one I saw in the theaters, but I honestly cannot remember the name of
Master of Disguise?
No, not Master of Disguise. I'm not going to forget Master of Disguise, where he played a turtle man, among other things. But Dana Carvey brought the church lady back, and that got a huge reaction. And then
Opportunity Knocks and Trapped in Paradise.
Opportunity Knocks, I remember. David Spade also appeared the first time he's done so, I think, since the 45 season 5 years ago. And David Spade showed up playing Hunter Biden.
Did they bring Church Lady back for this episode, this past one?
Yeah. Dana Carvey had appeared in a lot of the episodes.
Special.
Let's see. Who could it be? Who might be leading you down the primrose? Satan.
They used to release on VHS tapes the best of a certain character. So it'd be best of Mike Myers, SNL, best of Adam Sandler. And I
remember seeing those.
I have the best of Dana Carvey, and that's the only one I would watch over and over and over again.
VHS or
VHS?
Yeah. Church Lady opened the show on Saturday. People lost their minds. Church Lady interviewed Matt Gaetz, played by Sarah Silverman.
Sarah Sherman.
Sarah Sherman. My bad. Hunter Biden, played by David Spade. And baseball free agent Juan Soto, played by Marcelo Hernandez.
You mean almost billionaire Juan Soto?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Church Lady called 2024 the most satanic year in history. She said, quote, instead of Mother Mary, little girls are looking up to the Hawk Tui girl. Well, you know what I say? Instead of Hawk Tui, you need to walk Tui church. Here's a little bit of the audio from Dana Carvey's Church Lady skit.
All right, yes, my father did pardon me, but I thought it was a good thing for the father to forgive the son. Right, church lady?
Last time I checked, Jesus wasn't walking around in a robe with no underwear hanging out with prostitutes.
I think he was.
I think he was.
Yeah, literally, he did walk around in a robe with no underwear and hung out with prostitutes.
True.
That is not a sacrilegious thing to say at all. All right, Joanna's standing by. There's a real beef going on in the world of
Cops
the village
and
people. Cops and construction workers. They're at it again. There's a real beef happening with the village people.
Joanna's Hollywood Cheese Maze.
Joanna thought it would tease me. Gonna tell us more.
Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning. Jay-Z has dismissed a newly filed lawsuit accusing him of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 and calls it a blackmail attempt, adding that the attorney behind the case, Tony Busby, has made a terrible error in judgment. The lawsuit, which was originally filed by a Jane Doe...
That sounds vaguely menacing, doesn't it?
The lawsuit, which was originally filed by a Jane Doe against Sean Diddy Combs in October, was refiled on Sunday to list Jay-Z as a co-defendant. It accuses the two musicians of raping the victim, then 13, at an MTV Video Music Awards after party in 2000. Jay-Z apparently...
How does a 13-year-old even get in to an award ceremony after party?
I don't know. Jay-Z apparently sought to preempt the lawsuit by filing his own legal action against Busby for extortion earlier this month. In a statement released on Sunday night through Roc Nation's social media account, Jay-Z denied the allegations made against him and rejected the idea of a settlement because he wants to expose Busby for the fraud that he is in a very public fashion.
Have you heard the jokes? Jay-Z has 100 problems now.
And I guess a bitch is one
this time. Busby has since responded saying, quote, "We will let the filing speak for itself and will litigate the facts in court, not in the media." What was that?
Oh, Derek sent us a picture of his Christmas tree ornament.
Oh.
I'm just checking it out.
Make it bigger again. I want to see.
It's a snail ornament.
Or, as the Egyptians know it,
dinner.
Lunch.
Dinner.
My fault.
An escargot ornament.
Do you think that's what represents Nico on his tree?
That's
He's
what
getting
Derek
ornaments
says.
that represent all of us?
You better get each one of those, Derek.
How nice. Escargot. Moana 2 has won the North American Weekend box office once again. The animated sequel from Disney brought in $52 million in its second weekend, enough to secure the top spot. Overall, the movie has taken in over $600 million in just 2 weeks. Wicked took second place this week with a haul of $34.9 million. Gladiator 2, meanwhile, grabbed third place with a take of $12.5 million. Indian action drama Indian action drama Pushpa, The Rule Part 2 took fourth place with $9.3 million. And rounding out the top five, we've got the Christmas action movie Red One with a haul of $7 million.
It's not as terrible as some of the reviewers are saying.
It's a holiday movie. What
Is
do you
it close to
expect?
Godfather 2 level, though?
No, but it is
wrong
close
with
to the Santa Claus 3 level.
Some might say the best Santa Claus, all right? How much would you pay for a pair of shoes?
$90 is what the most I'm willing
Really?
to
All
pay.
right.
Anything, they'd have to be some hell.
What are we talking about?
pair of shoes.
Italian Bergamos? What?
Well, someone
As soon as they make Louboutins for men, I'm getting me one.
someone with deep pockets just dropped a redonkulous amount of money for a famous pair of shoes. The ruby slippers worn by Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz sold for an astonishing $28 million at auction, far surpassing their estimated value of $3 million.
I thought we were going to talk about this last week because this happened maybe a couple weeks ago or a week or two. And
is there only one pair, or do they have
no? This is the same pair that was stolen.
Yes,
this is the exact same pair that
And
was already
missing
been
for
stolen
like 2 decades.
Yes.
Wow.
And now it's back. I think that's probably what made it.
They were stolen from
When
the
you think
museum.
about them, they were stolen in the movie too, right?
Now they're
Yes.
home.
It's like, you just dropped a house on this lady. Now go steal her shoes.
All over a pair
Also-
of shoes is what started The Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
Do we ever find out in the Wicked expanded universe who that person that she dropped the house on is?
Yeah.
Who is it?
That is Nessa Rose, Alphaba's sister.
Oh.
The one in the...
Well, if she looks
You
like
never saw
I've
the-
never seen Wicked. No,
She's the one in the wheelchair.
because a house fell on her.
No.
Oh.
This is as a child.
Oh, so she's used to it.
So they dropped a house on someone in a wheelchair?
Either way, if
I don't think she was in a wheelchair anymore, but I could be wrong.
If she dresses the same as her sister, if she's all black, then those ruby slippers would clash terribly.
With the outfit. No,
Yeah.
black goes with everything. It's fine.
The red shoes and the green skin, very Christmassy.
Very.
The bidding was intense, but the winning bidder remains anonymous, ultimately paying $32.5 million with the added fees. The slippers, central to Dorothy's famous journey home in the film, now hold the record for the most expensive piece of entertainment memorabilia ever sold, beating the previous record of $5.52 million for Marilyn Monroe's white dress.
The one that blew up when she was standing over the subway grate.
Yeah.
The one with the stain,
In,
the
7 years.
JFK DNA on it.
Oh,
God. Derek posted your ornament, Joanna.
Oh, what is it?
It's a picture
freaking
of
dolphin.
Oh, I wish it should have been. It's a picture of Baphomet.
Why is this taking forever to load?
My
Well,
luck
that's
with
nice.
computers.
Thank you. Right. Buzz is cursed. Computers, technology does not
It's like
Buzz.
computers know that he hates them
They're like,
already.
Iron Maiden drummer Nico McBrain made the surprise announcement over the weekend that he was retiring from touring after 42 years because he wanted to, quote, step back. How cute.
That is the cutest goat-horned
Baphomet
demon that I've ever
That
seen.
is a cute ornament. I love it.
Wait. So
Where was it?
the guy from
The drummer from Iron Maiden,
Okay.
Nico McBrain,
Hey.
is retiring from touring after 4.
You're Nico Dead Brain.
Hey, want to get some of my McBrains?
I gotta write the time down.
What was the least popular product that McDonald's ever rolled out? McBrains.
McBrains. Any more?
No,
No,
that's it.
now we're dead.
He said he's retiring because he wanted to step back from the grind of the extensive touring lifestyle. His last show was Saturday night in Brazil, where Bruce Dickinson paid tribute to him during the show. Well, now the iconic metal band has revealed who their new drummer is, naming Simon Dawson be taking over the kit in 2025. Dawson already has strong ties to Iron Maiden, having played in bassist Steve Harris's other band, British Lion, for 12 years. Maiden will kick off their Run for Your Lives tour with a European tour in late May. The outing will find the metal veterans performing songs from their first 9 albums. And finally, it is on. Days after original Village People singer and songwriter Victor Willis threatened to sue news outlets for describing their 1978 hit YMCA as a gay anthem, the group's longtime construction worker, David Hodo, has hit back, saying that it is indeed a gay anthem.
Well, you don't need to be a cop to figure that out.
Young man. If you'll remember, last week, Willis threatened to take legal action against each and every news organization that refers to the song as a gay anthem after January 2025, alleging that his lyrics have long been misconstrued and that the association has become damaging. He also defended Trump's use of the track, claiming that the president-elect seems to genuinely like the YMCA. Well, Hodo, who began performing...
let's just say that when Trump dances to the YMCA, it is a very appropriate dance that he's doing.
Hodo, who began performing as the construction worker in 1977 and sang behind backing vocals on YMCA, has made a post of his own, clarifying that the song does indeed make intentional references to gay culture, and wrote in a now deleted Facebook post, quote, "Just to be clear, there would be no YMCA song without Jacques Morali, the gay French producer who created the Village People." Continuing, Hodo threw additional shade at Willis, suggesting that his songwriting contributions did little for the song's continued success, saying it's only slightly nauseating to hear Willis speak as though he were a Stephen Sondheim. He said, YMCA would have disappeared from the charts for good had it not been for the fact that the kids from American Bandstand came up with the arm movements. That silly little dance is why this song has endured, not the brilliant songwriting he claims.
Well, Victor Willis is credited as co-songwriter on all of the singles.
Well, Willis has escalated the feud.
Get this, though, and I've always wondered this, and I just realized it now. That the Village People, the name comes from Greenwich Village.
Yeah.
Which it does. Which is the gay. It's like it was a famous gay area at the time.
Yep. Wow.
Wait
we cracked the code. You get it now. It's the gay village. We broke the code.
Well,
Wow.
Willis went back to Facebook to write, saying, quote, well, what have we here? David Hodo comes out from his hole to comment on me and my writing partner, Jack. First of all, David, Jacques hated you, and you know it. So I wouldn't put much stock in whatever you have to say about me and Jacques.
Jacques hated you.
Jacques hated you.
None of us liked
Concluding,
you.
Willis wrote,
Even the
therefore,
Indian didn't like you.
the dude in bondage.
Yeah, the
didn't
gay
like
biker didn't like you.
A biker. Why can I never remember
Okay,
he's a biker?
how does he defend the gay biker?
He does not say anything about the gay biker.
The guy with the...
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
You're going to say it's not a gay...
I always thought that dude was like just a bondage
regardless
guy.
of what...
A gimp?
Regardless of what Victor Willis thinks it is, it became a gay
anthem.
For sure.
You can't go to a gay pride parade probably without hearing it.
That one or Macho Man. I want to be a macho man.
And look at that mustache on the cop in the Village People. That is a peak gay 70s mustache.
True.
Don't talk bad about mustaches. I just got to that part in Friends where Monica's dating Tom Selleck. That mustache is glorious.
That's different, though.
Somebody in the app chat says, wait, the Village People's construction worker's name is Hoto?
I think it's Hodo with a D.
Yes.
Good job, Steve-O.
With your entertainment news, I'm Joanna Barba.
While you're working away, we're working for you.
On a gift card purchase. At Merrill West Credit Union, we're working towards a brighter financial future for both our members and our community, knowing that when you succeed, we all succeed. Let's get acquainted with our Premier Savings for new members, now paying over 20 times the national average. Another great reason to move your money to a credit union. Learn more at merrillwest.com/Premier Savings. Merrill West Credit Union, working for you. Today, tomorrow, together. Insured by NCUA. Available to redeem January 1st through the 31st, 2025.
We're back. Buzz is back.
Hey, right on, Buzz.
Buzz in the Morning Show, 95.5 The Q.
Coming up. Yeah, what's up?
Did you see Derek's newest email?
Oh, no, what do you
For
do?
Buzz's ornament?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
It's pretty good. I didn't even know that. Derek, where are you going for all these specialized ornaments?
Amazon.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's just a steak and fries on a skillet.
Yum.
That's funny.
Ah, look at that.
Appropriate.
Yeah, super appropriate.
I prefer a baked potato, but, I guess I wouldn't turn down a steak and french fries.
He's saying that these are ornaments we have on our tree.
Yeah, that represent us.
I thought he was getting these ornaments for his tree to have, like, this is the morning show on my Christmas tree.
He don't like us that much, he said.
Oh.
He said you guys should get
Well, the one for me is really
Buzz,
cute.
the message says, Buzz, I couldn't find a good stripper ornament. Well, it sounds like you weren't really looking hard.
You were trying, Dave.
I bet they have them.
Joanna, did you think the argument when we had off air was the stupidest thing you've ever heard?
Hilarious, actually.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You know what? Save it.
Yeah, you both are idiots.
Wow.
Because
the conclusion.
we have a really great actor who's going to talk to us about his new movie.
Oh, cool.
And that's Shea Wiggum, who played Eli Thompson on Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
You watch that show, you definitely know who Shea Wiggum
Nucky.
is. Well, he was Nucky's brother.
I just
Eli.
like Nicky's name.
Got a call here. Let me get this real quick, and then we're going to talk to Shea Wiggum about his new movie, Lake George.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Oh, here we go.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. Woo, yeah. Tonight, when away. Just set me free. Oh, the Cowboys, they take on the Cincinnati Bengals! What? So Bengals! Oh, my tomatoes, potatoes, whatever. You know, I was like, we're still going to win. We can see that kitty can scratch. Woo! Come on, Buzz. Give me a woo!
Okay.
Woo! Come on, Joanna. Give me a woo!
Woo!
Nico, are you there today?
I am.
Nico?
I'm here.
Nico? Are you there?
I'm here.
Come on, give me a woo woo! There we go! All right! Definitely, we're going to definitely win. Like Cappy said, we still got a chance. We still got a chance to just make the playoffs. I think that's what he said. Yeah! All right! Come on, Buzz, cue it up! Cowboys! Dallas, Dallas! Woo! We are the Cowboys!
Pregame starts at 5 o'clock. The pregame show on KLAQ at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Boardwalk Empire. If you like The Sopranos, you should watch Boardwalk Empire because it was the project that Terrence Winter did after The Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about gangsters, except in the 1920s.
And we use some of the bumper music.
Have before in the past. We're joined by one of the stars and a fine actor who's got a new movie called Lake George. It's Shea Wiggum. I can see Shea on my computer screen. Hi, Shea.
Hey, Buzz, I can't see you.
I know. I got to get a camera hooked up. You know, not all of the guests have they might tell you all the guests have a camera hooked up, but not all of the guests have a camera hooked
too
up.
bad. All right.
But I have to tell you, you are one of my favorite actors, and probably, I first became acquainted with you because of Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
That was
man.
a
Thank
great
you.
ensemble cast. Everybody up and down, and you were great as Eli, the crooked sheriff brother of Nucky Thompson. What a
You say
fantastic
crooked,
show.
I'd say misunderstood.
Yeah, maybe misunderstood. There was a lot of shady stuff going on in Atlantic City, I guess, back in the 1920s. But what a fantastic movie. And then I've just seen you popping up in so many of my favorite movies. My co-host Joanna was just shocked by how many movies that she loves that you're in.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, man. I mean, thank you both if you're there. Yeah. I mean, it's not lost on me. I've been really fortunate, Buzz. Really fortunate.
When you got into acting, was there an actor that you looked up to and said, boy, this is a fine actor?
Yeah. Well, I would say if I can, my North Star is Bobby Duvall and Gene Hackman, and then if I'm they're the thing. If I can get a tenth as close to what they did, then I feel good.
Yeah, those are great. How about directors? You've worked with a lot of great directors, too. Is there a director that you want to work with someday?
Well, it's funny. Just to circle back to Boardwalk Empire, when I got that, I said to Tim Van Patten and Terry Winter, I said, listen, if I hadn't done television, I said, if I can, I want to jump off and be able to work with the great directors. That was my whole thing. I wanted to work with the greats, and they said, absolutely. So I was able to jump off while doing Boardwalk. Scorsese, Oliver Stone, Terrence Malick, Werner Herzog, Damien Chazelle, so those are and if I could work with, I'd be maybe David Fincher. I'd love to work with Fincher.
Fincher's one of my favorites for sure.
I haven't knocked him down yet,
You were in Bad Times at the El Royale, and I told people by way of recommending that, I said, this is the most Tarantino, non-Tarantino movie you've ever seen.
It's funny. Well, you know why I did that? See, I do things for various reasons. That was one scene. So at the time, I'm not looking to do one scene in a movie, but it was Jeff Bridges. I had a chance. The director said, come up and work with Bridges. And I said, I'm in. And I would have walked there to work with Bridges. So, me and Bridges, I get a chance to be in, and then we're both in character the whole day. He's playing Doc. I am a doc. I'm a doctor to tell him that he's dying. And so all day it was, hey, Doc, how are you? And so we did that, and then we had a splash of Tito's afterwards for a couple of splashes. And I got a chance to ask him about, the dude. And that to me is what makes that's becoming a lost art, Buzz, is the storytelling, the passing down of what we do. So I'm always looking for stories when I'm working with the greats, you know.
Have you, speaking of the dude, have you worked with the Coen brothers yet? Because this movie almost feels like I've only seen the trailer of Lake George so far, but almost feels like it could have a Coen brothers sensibility to it.
Man, yeah, if you're sitting home tonight, a Friday or Saturday, and you turn on Lake George, you will find a Coen brothers feel. I mean, it gets wild, you know, and it definitely plays on different genres in this movie, but it's fun like the Coen brothers, and it's played, you know, real. And Carrie Coon is just lights out in our relationship in this, because I know her well, and we have a personal relationship. So you're right. It does have a Coen brothers feel.
So let me just play a little bit of the trailer. And thank you. I think you've tipped me off. I was looking for showings because it opens today. Is there somewhere you can stream or you can rent it online?
Man,
because they're showing Wicked on 50 screens in El Paso, but I can't find Lake George, and I really, really want to watch it.
It's not going to be. I don't think it'll be at a movie theater, but you know, it's video day on demand, so you can find it everywhere today, whether it's Amazon, whether it's DirecTV, Dish.
Oh, yeah.
You can.
Let me just play a clip from the trailer. But basically, you find Shea Wiggum, our guest today, who gets hired to kill somebody, but he's not a killer. And it's Carrie Coons, who's fantastic. Carrie Coons just phenomenal. She played Lorraine Warren and all those, you know.
She's on the Gilded Age and Fargo.
Oh, Gilded Age is fantastic. The Leftovers was another one that she absolutely knocked it. The new Ghostbusters. That's right. All right, so here you go. This is Shay's character who's got to kill Carrie's character.
You can't do it, can you? God! You don't look like the type.
Right.
You know, Dom, it'll be ugly if he finds you. This is a chance to start over. I know where he keeps his cash. I helped him set up stash houses.
All right, so then it's going to turn into, it looks funny, first of all. I think I'm right about that, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, hilarity ensues. And, you know, that's the thing about it. It surprises you. It's a film that, you know, so often today you kind of know what's coming. This you don't know. There's beauty in it, and there's you know, it gets wild, but it's funny. I think I've seen it several times.
Well, this is what I like about these kind of movies, is that it's unpredictable, you know, and that's I seek out. So you mentioned David Fincher, I mentioned the Coen brothers. I've got, you know, some of my favorite filmmakers who make these really, really interesting films that kind of surprise you, is the only way.
You don't know where they're going to go, right? And I mean, for her and I, like she's amazing. I knew when I got this, Jeffrey Reiner had written it for me, and we couldn't find the money, as you don't, for a while, and we got it. And I said, we need a great actress, and I had Carrie on speed dial, and I said to Jeffrey, listen, what about her? And he says, I've written her a fan letter back in the day of wanting to work with her. And I said, well, listen, let me get her on the phone. And so we were sitting at an Armenian restaurant in honor of getting the money. And I called her up, and she said, let me read it. And she read it in an hour and said, yes. So that's how it came to be.
Now, so you get hired or forced to carry this out by a mobster, a real bad guy. Is that the same actor who played George Remus on Boardwalk?
That is another one of my people I have in my back pocket when I need a great actor. Glenn Fleshler, who was the Yellow King when I did True Detective the first. He was on Boardwalk with us, and he just comes in, and he's one of these great unsung hero of actors. And so, I mean, it's you know, he's a low-level mobster, you know, and he owes me money, but he'll only pay me. There's a catch-22. They'll only pay me if I go do this hit for him. And, of course, Don's not a killer. You know, my character.
Your character's not a killer, but your character had hit the skids, had just gotten out of prison or whatever.
Yeah, but for insurance stuff, it wasn't like he's not a killer. And that's the beauty of the piece is what they're gonna how it unfolds after that. You know,
Glenn Fleshler also played the guy that Joaquin Phoenix kills in The Joker, which. Guess what? Shea Wiggum was also in The Joker.
I did The Joker with him. That's right.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. It's wild. I forgot about that, Buzz. Yeah.
You forgot that you were in The Joker?
No, but that Glenn and I have this.
Well, you didn't have any scenes together. You were investigating his murder.
But when we were on that piece. We were on that Joker, and I remember him and I talking like. Sometimes you're on these things like with Lake George, you going, you know what, this thing has a shot. It's got a shot. You're in it. You can feel it. You can see the other actors. We knew Joaquin was doing something revolutionary, So, yeah, he and I, we go way back, Glenn and I.
He's really great. Everything he's in. Another one of these actors that I just, I'll go see a movie based on Shea Wiggum being in a movie. If for no other reason, I'll go to see a movie for that.
Thank you.
I saw Joker 2, and I guess I'm in the minority. I thought it was brilliant. I thought Joker 2 was a great follow-up to Joker 1. I don't know if you got to catch that one or not.
I caught it. Yeah, I caught it. No, I like it. Man, you get biased, but yeah, I love Phillips's Todd is an
Phillips,
incredible,
right?
Yeah, Todd Phillips is an incredible filmmaker, and that's another one I want to work with again. That's what I've tried to base my whole career on is work begets work. You go in there and it's all about the work, and then you work like with Scorsese a couple of times. David O. Russell I've done a couple of times. Tim Van Patten, and so I love Phillips and what he does. The worlds he builds are just beyond imagination. So I love him. Yeah, and I love the film.
Well, I am pumped for this movie. I can get it and watch it tonight, so that's going to be my plan. And I would recommend, if you didn't watch Boardwalk Empire when it was on HBO a few years ago, and you got time over the holidays, binge watch it, especially if you loved Sopranos. It's Terrence Winter, so same guy, and it's kind of like Sopranos except in the 20s.
Yeah, it's, again, you want to be surprised. I always say, move me to laughter, move me to tears, scare the hell out of me, but just make me feel something. When I choose something, and Boardwalk and Lake George do that, you know what I mean? You'll see. I think you'll see. But just move me, in a way. And so yeah, I'm proud of them.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud that I got to interview you because I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Carrie Coons and Glenn Fleshler and everybody that's in this movie. So I encourage people to check out Lake George this weekend.
How are things out in El Paso, man?
Well, it got cold for the first time. Sometimes we'll still be in the 70s. It's actually got down in the 50s, which is not so cold that you can't go out and play golf or whatever. How are things in I guess you're in LA?
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles for two days. I'm working in Calgary right now on something, so it's cold up there.
Are you working on? Is it Mission Impossible? Whichever one this is, 6, 7, 8.
We finished Mission Impossible.
Finished with that, okay.
Yeah, it's going to come out in May.
You don't feel any pressure on a movie like that to walk out on the wing of a plane or you dangle off the highest building in the world like
I'm
Cruise
sworn to
does?
secrecy on all of that stuff with this. I've learned my lesson on that. I love making those. I love it, and it's going to be great. That's all. That's my pat answer. I always say. No.
Right. Can you talk about the movie in Calgary, or is that still hush hush?
Yeah. I'm doing. Man, we're in a dark world of the John Benet Ramsey. Melissa McCarthy's playing Patsy Ramsey, and Clive Owen's playing John Ramsey, and so we're doing that, and it's turning out great. But it's as you can imagine.
So this is a scripted movie about the John Benet incident?
That's correct. Yeah, it's a limited 8 series, like when I do, I don't know, what have I done? Well, I just finished Death by Light, but these limited 8 episodes. Yeah, it'll be that, and it's gonna be great. I mean, she's amazing, and Melissa, and it's from the team that did Presumed Innocent that was just done.
Yep.
So it just has high quality all over it.
Well, my friend Michael is telling me we're running short on time, but I really appreciate you taking some time to visit with us today, Shay. Again, big fan. Everybody should watch Lake George this weekend.
I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all have a good weekend.
Thanks.
Find out what's going on, quirky facts about our region, urgent things you need to know impacting your drive, and of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
Oh, visit Right Drive today.
Only at Right Drive, the only way to drive.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, I'm being told we got to make this a quick one.
Give us a quickie.
Then Joanna's going to have the Hollywood Cheesemay on the way a little bit later.
Hollywood Cheesemay?
The news. The non-Hollywood Cheesemay.
The regular Cheesemay. The world Cheesemay.
I got a couple of local items that I think not everybody, a lot of people will be interested in.
Okay.
We know what
okay.
teams are going to be playing in the Sun Bowl this year.
Oh.
It's going to be Washington versus Louisville.
Oh, that sounds like a good game.
Well, Washington had a 6-6 record. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I have a hard time believing that somebody who lost as many games as they won should get in a bowl game anywhere. And when it's our bowl game, I just don't know if we had other options. December 31st, that's New Year's Eve. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl is set. And Washington is one of the former Pac-12 teams now playing in the Big Ten. Louisville is an Atlantic Coast Conference team. Louisville had an 8-4 record, so they were, at least had a winning record. But Washington finished their season 6-6. As we told you on Friday, an announcement was made that Stephanie Valle is leaving KVIA 7.
I know. That's so sad.
She's worked there for over 20 years.
Do we know if she's moving or?
She said that she's taking a step back to spend more time with her family.
That's nice.
Said she will be transiting from her on-air career to a life that allows her to have more time with family.
I wonder if she's going to maybe step into the podcasting arena full-time.
Maybe.
Like do
so
the
many
Borderland,
questions.
right?
Yeah.
Are the Borderland Crimes podcast going to continue? Also, we had Stephanie on just a couple of weeks ago, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and we were congratulating her on her Edward R. Murrow Award for her podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded like she was up in maybe it was New York.
It was
to get the award.
New York City.
And as she was telling us about it, she was like, "I see this anchor from this cable network and these people." From
Oh my God,
NPR.
it's Allison Camerata.
It sounded like she was doing a little networking when she was up there to get her Murrow Award. And the family of Cheater Bella disclosed.
Wait.
That
Cheater Bella, the guy with the helicopter?
Yeah, the guy in the Northeast with the helicopter. You could see the helicopter if you drove by Cheater's house.
Isn't he the one that was held hostage to take the helicopter into a prison?
Correct.
Joanna, have you heard this story?
No.
This is one of the craziest stories and dudes that I've ever heard about.
He had a really, really interesting life. Cheater gained fame for his involvement in movies filmed in El Paso, including Chuck Norris, Lone Wolf McQuaid, and Nick Nolte's Extreme Prejudice. According to a family friend, Cheater died of a heart attack on Thanksgiving.
Oh.
He had a colorful past, Nico. I think this is going to get into a little bit of what you referenced, including an infamous 1988 jailbreak attempt in New Mexico.
Joanna,
Mm-hmm.
he was part of a jailbreak, but
Oh, wait. I think I know who this is. Yeah.
but he was forced to do it, I think, at gunpoint or something.
They didn't believe him at first. They thought he was involved in it. So my understanding of the story is they were treating him like a suspect. But
he wasn't convicted of it or anything.
Well, let me read from the story by Natasha Paloma in the El Paso Times today. On July 11th, 1988, cheater Bella attempted to fly 3 inmates from the penitentiary of New Mexico near Santa Fe. He said he was forced to do it at gunpoint and was acquitted by a Santa Fe jury a few months later. So they actually took him to trial.
Wow.
Oh, my.
Bella reportedly signed a contract years ago to develop a made-for-TV movie based on the incident, but it's not clear why the film never moved forward. His friend who announced his heart attack said, "There are so many stories I could tell you about him, so many you wouldn't even believe." Bella again made headlines in 2003 after surviving a crash that totaled a helicopter near Alpine, Texas. In the aircraft with him at the time was Amazon founder Jeff Bezos.
What?
Oh, my.
Bella and Bezos walked away with minor injuries. He also flew his personal helicopter in the film Rambo 3.
The Ramboing.
So that's kind of interesting.
Sure.
And Oregon leads the field in the college football playoffs. SMU, despite losing to Clemson on Saturday, just squeaked in, edging out Alabama for the last spot. So first round games are going to see number 12 Clemson, number 5 Texas. Texas also got beat by Georgia. SMU, who just lost on Saturday, is going to be playing at number 6 Penn State. It's going to be Indiana at number 7 Notre Dame, number 9 Tennessee, at number 8 Ohio State. And then you got, the teams that get a bye. Boise State's going to be playing the winner of Penn State SMU, Arizona State versus the winner of Texas Clemson, Georgia versus the winner of Notre Dame Indiana, and Oregon, your number 1 seed, versus the winner of the Ohio State Tennessee game. So got that set up.
Oh, somebody called in about cheater.
Let me grab this then real quick. We got to take a break so we don't get too far behind. Joanna has the news coming up anyway.
Woo! That's really sad news about Cheater Bella, really kind of a local legend. And you said that he passed away on Thanksgiving. Did he pass away before or after dinner? Is there any information on that?
They did not specify if it was before or after.
Do you know this guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Why would it matter?
If it's who I think it is, he's got a real offbeat sense of humor, this guy. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Joanna has news headlines coming up for us.
We've had demure and brain rot, but now we have another word of the year thanks to Merriam-Webster. I'll let you know what their word of the year is next in news.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1.
Your eligibility at trylifemd.com. That's TRYLIFEMD.com.
Oh, guess who this is?
Buzz Adams and the KLAQ Morning Show.
You must be the greatest radio show host ever.
Buzz is back.
Good morning. This is your wake-up call.
Morning is the news.
All right, people.
It's good.
Woo.
And the weather's good.
How long till we get this thing started?
We're going to start right now. It's time for news headlines this Monday morning. Here's Joanna Barba with your top stories of the day. Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning. The long rule of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad is over after rebels swept into the capital of Damascus on Sunday. Assad and his family are known for a brutal dictatorship which, since 2011, has been devastated by a civil war that turned it into a breeding ground for the extremist group ISIS, while sparking a refugee crisis that saw millions displaced from their homes. Assad's removal was celebrated by Syrians as the ousted leader fled to Russia. President Joe Biden vowed to support the region amid a moment of instability and that the U.S. will focus on protecting Syria's neighbors following the collapse.
All right, let me just stop this music for a second. I still haven't figured out how to mute my ringer. That's what happens when you get a brand new iPhone.
And you don't know how to use technology.
Support Syria's neighbors, including Jordan, Lebanon, Iraq, and Israel, should any threat arise from Syria.
All right.
So I don't know if you guys remember 2016 or 2014, 2016, when ISIS was in Syria and then there was the civil war.
Mm-hmm.
They accused Bashar al-Assad of using chemical weapons on his own people.
Mm-hmm. You with us there, buddy?
Yeah, I just got a call from the housekeeper. Remember, I had to send you back to the house last week.
You got to do it again?
Did you forget to leave the door open again?
No.
Someone closed it this time.
The NYPD is working with law enforcement agencies in several states to locate a still unidentified suspect in the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. While authorities say they believe the gunman has long left New York City after the shooting on Wednesday, they feel confident that he will be captured. Meanwhile, photos of the suspect have been circulated to airports and Border Patrol stations along the Mexican and Canadian borders in the hopes he won't slip out of the country. There were other details that were revealed over the weekend, including the discovery of a gray backpack found in Central Park that had a jacket and money from the board game Monopoly inside of it. There's been no information released about what, if any, evidence was found in connection with the backpack. A cell phone found near the scene of the shooting is also being investigated, with police trying to open the phone to learn more about the man's contacts and movements. The FBI is offering up to $50,000 of reward money for information leading to his arrest and conviction, and the NYPD has added another $10,000.
On Weekend Update, they were kind of making fun of the police department. It's like, you murder somebody in broad daylight and then casually ride away on a bicycle to catch a bus.
Bicycle, right.
Which is what they believe he did.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Rode a bicycle, then caught a bus at Port Authority.
I don't know how I feel about, I think over the weekend in New York City, they held a shooter lookalike contest because those lookalike contests are really big and popular right now. And people were
Timothy Chalamet go to a Timothy Chalamet?
He did, yeah. And the internet is just in love with this guy. They think he's so cute and mysterious.
Well, he's a murderer.
And I'm like, yeah, he killed someone still.
But
everyone's like, but he killed a billionaire.
He killed a healthcare CEO who's probably evil to begin with.
Well, the CEO did die doing what he loved to do. That's saving his company because they won't have to pay out for insurance anymore.
Although, I mean, I know I did.
No, it's terrible.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
I get it though.
But there are so many people who are treating this guy like a hero
because people are fed up. People are fed up with healthcare.
All right. I don't know how I feel about the dude. Still killed someone, right?
Yes, he just shot him in the back.
I don't care how cute he is.
Right. I don't need to hear how cute you think
the
this
internet
murderer
is in love with him, and they put little bows on that security footage of him, and they're like, baby girl. They're baby girling him.
They're baby girling him?
If we found out the CEO was terrible and was responsible for the unintended deaths of hundreds of people.
Millions.
Would you still feel bad? Or no?
I mean, they still killed someone.
Still killed a person, right.
Right. President-elect Donald Trump previewed a sweeping agenda for his second term in an interview with NBC News that aired Sunday. Trump vowed to pursue pardons for January 6 defendants and raised the possibility that some of his political opponents could face jail time. He outlined how his administration will prioritize mass deportations, but said that he's open to working with Democrats to preserve the legal status of dreamers, an often used term for immigrants who were brought to the U.S. as children. Trump also doubled down on his campaign promise to end birthright citizenship, which is guaranteed by the 14th Amendment, and suggested he may attempt to overturn the right through executive action.
Wait a minute. A president can't, I don't think, can unilaterally overturn an amendment by an executive action.
We don't know what the president can do anymore.
We're about to find out.
It's a new era.
Find out, yeah. What can he do?
How would you feel? How would you feel like on January 20th, his first day, like a blanket pardon anybody that was convicted of January 6th?
Oh, we talked about this on Friday. Okay. I actually feel like most of those people who've been in jail for like a year, that's pretty appropriate.
That's a sufficient punishment right there.
Hopefully they've learned something. You know, but these people, these January 6th insurrectionists, were kind of just doing what they perceived as what the boss was telling them to do. I mean, if you get an order from the president of the United States, if you have a very simple understanding of the way things work, you might think, oh, the president has ordered me to go do this. And the fact that the guy who ordered them to go do it hasn't been punished at all for it seems a little unfair to me.
You would see that as unfair. Who knows how the January 6th defendants see it as?
I don't know. I think maybe a few of them, I mean, at least some of them have got to be nursing a grudge. It's like, hey, you told us to go do this, and then we got sent to prison.
You said you were going to get us out of it.
You said you were going to go with us.
Oh, right. That's true. TikTok.
It's just a matter of time before Trump flees the country for Russia, just like Assad.
Okay.
You're still nursing that fantasy?
Right?
Yes. The arc of justice swings long, but it tends to swing toward justice.
I have a feeling Trump won. Like, nothing is going to happen to him. He's going to go for another 4 years.
For sure.
And do stuff, maybe good, maybe bad. He's going to get out of office and have a great history.
Well,
nothing
that
is ever going to
healthcare
happen.
shooter's still on the loose. So who knows? Who knows?
You know, we definitely don't know. Darkest timeline. I know I've said it before, but I definitely mean it now. We are in the darkest timeline. TikTok recently lost its bid to strike down a law that could result in the platform being banned in the U.S. starting on January 19th. A U.S. appeals court on Friday upheld the law that requires TikTok to be sold from its Chinese parent company ByteDance or face a ban, dealing a major blow to the social media platform that's used by more than 170 million Americans. Under the law, the app stores could face major fines if they continue to host TikTok following the deadline if it's not sold. TikTok indicated that it plans to appeal the ruling to the Supreme Court. The ban could be delayed or avoided with support from President-elect Trump after he takes office. President Biden could also technically grant a one-time 90-day extension of the deadline, although he has not indicated that he will do so. The FDA is seeing red about red. A meeting of the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee on Thursday, FDA Deputy Commissioner for Human Foods, Jim Jones, said it's been over 10 years since the safety of red number 40 has been evaluated and that the FDA has a petition in front of them to revoke the authorization board. And they're hopeful that in the next few weeks, they'll be acting on that petition. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has claimed that food dyes cause cancer. There are 36 FDA-approved color additives for food, 9 of which are synthetic dyes.
I remember hearing about red dye number whatever.
40.
Red dye.
When I was a kid, like a little kid.
Yeah,
It's been approved since 1969. But the reason it's kind of controversial is because it's made from petroleum.
Synthetic. Included in those 9s are the 2 red dyes that are being looked at by the agency.
Red 3?
And red number 40. Responding to a report from a financial analyst group, Chipotle has confirmed a 2% increase in their menu prices. Your Chipotle's about to get a lot more.
I just noticed that because I got some Chipotle on
Yeah, you got us Chipotle that time.
Pretty much broke the bank for you, huh? That extra 2% really hit you.
Well, yeah, it came out to $15 for a burrito.
It came out of your pocket. You paid for that.
Yeah.
They say,
damn.
You gave us you gave us $20,
and you kept the change.
What do you mean? There was no change.
It was expensive.
It was actually we paid more. You didn't give us
for
enough
the
for all
burrito
of it.
and the bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, but is it one burrito?
One burrito and one bowl.
Also, I just went to Whataburger, and for a number 2, a double with cheese and a Whata-sized drink, it came out to $16.
Damn! Are you serious?
Yeah.
God, I haven't been to Whataburger in a while.
You had to have gotten a Dr. Pepper shake or something on the side.
Nothing on the
No,
side.
just the number 2.
With the cheese, grilled onions, grilled jalapenos.
That's funny. You get a number 2, and then you do a number 2.
Right. Poop jokes.
We are the purveyors of fine poop jokes since 1992.
They say the increase was necessary to offset rising costs from inflation and increased ingredient prices on items like avocados and dairy. The increase follows a 4% increase last fall and is the 5th price hike at the fast casual dining chain since 2021.
Okay, so here's the problem with this entire model right now. I can go to the grocery store and buy what I need for $16.
For a Chipotle?
Well, for a Chipotle, whatever. The cost of the thing you're getting at a fast food place no longer worth the money anymore.
Look at it. Here's the way I would look at it. You got to chop all that stuff up and prepare it. And,
They're saving you a convenient... They're charging basically a convenience
Also,
fee.
but you usually
prepare
don't
it.
use all of your ingredients, so you've got to count some of that as wasted.
No, you count that as multiple meals. So you count that as, I'm going to be able to make...
Meal prep.
I'm going to be able to make 4 meals out of $16, whereas I got 1 meal out of the $16 burger and fries.
Slop in a bucket. That's what I think Chipotle is. Slop in a bucket.
Is that why you didn't get any Chipotle that time?
I don't like it, man.
It was my first time. Not bad.
Delicious.
Not bad.
But my point is, I guess the fast food used to be fast because it was convenient and cheap.
Convenient and cheap.
Now it's
Not
just
so much
expensive.
anymore.
Yeah.
That's why all these places are coming out with kind of like their own 4 for $4 deals.
If you had a $16 burger,
still get 2 tacos for $1 Jack in the Box.
No, $1.29.
$1.29. Fine.
It went up.
But if you ate out for lunch every single day,
I wish.
Well,
And-
you have a
Oh my
girlfriend.
Well, yeah, you have a girlfriend, so technically, I guess you could. But
But it makes no sense
forgot his
anymore.
point.
No, yeah, because I'd be thinking about
Visualizing. He was
the grossness of him.
No, I would say I wish I could afford to eat out at a restaurant every day. What are you guys thinking?
Well, you probably could.
you, moneybags over here, could.
It's a good thing because I don't cook.
I get it for Cane's is great because I'm not going to go like deep fry stuff. Like that's a lot of effort to
Yeah,
deep fry and do
I'm
those
gonna make
things.
my own cane sauce.
Yeah, but for everything else, I'm just like,
Is
just go
it
to
worth it?
Go to the
It
grocery
makes
store.
you think, is it worth it anymore?
Instant mashed potatoes, $1.
Can make my own.
Yeah.
Well, for many, the holidays are a time to be with family. It seems for a lot of people, it's about being with others and getting frisky. A new survey conducted on behalf of Lilo and reported by...
And Stitch.
No, SWNS finds that 1 in 7 people want to snag a hookup or date someone while visiting their family this holiday season,
Nice.
with 52% saying that they plan to have sex in their childhood bed.
Whoa.
2/3 of those polled considered the holiday season the most romantic time for nookie, and 41% saying they hook up at least as often as they usually do, if not more, during the holiday season. As for who they're hooking up with, 58% say they're expecting it to happen with someone they already know, and 29% likely to hear from an ex, and another with 21% reaching out to their ex themselves.
Ooh.
That's not good.
Oof, that's not good either.
That puts the X in Xmas, doesn't it?
Xmas. However, not everyone needs to have already met their hookup, with 26% prefer to get frisky with a stranger.
Wait,
Yes.
you got to hook up in your childhood bedroom.
A lot of them say they want to do it in their childhood bed.
That's not right.
What's wrong with you? first of all. Second of all, are your parents cool with that?
The parents don't need to know. Maybe they'll know.
Yeah, my parents know everything.
Really?
Really?
Did you ever hook up in your childhood bed?
Well, he would have had to have a girlfriend in his childhood.
Yeah.
No, I mean like when you went to visit for the holidays and stuff and you hooked up with someone during the holiday season.
So they had moved out of the house I grew up in when I was in college.
Oh, okay.
So
no.
So no.
So then no. Well, not
my
all
childhood bed.
Not all holiday hookups are fun. In fact, 29% of those polled admit that they've gone on to regret their holiday season sex.
Hey, just so everybody knows, Joanna and I are here for the holidays
We're
as
here.
well.
We're already home for the holidays.
We're already home for the holidays
So-
if you're coming back. Oh, and Alberto. Yeah.
And Alberto is here too, and we are single. Buzz is not.
Thank you.
Finally, a word that
Well,
has,
technically I am.
Technically?
I don't think your girlfriend would appreciate you
No,
saying
it's
that.
because she tried to ask him. Can I say this on air?
No, I don't think so.
Well, now you gotta tell me.
I'm your girlfriend, right? You boyfriend, me girlfriend. And then you were like, amigos con beneficios.
Wow.
Oh my God, what did she say?
We are boyfriend, girlfriend, or solo amigos. And I go, amigos con beneficios.
Oh my God, Buzz.
She goes, bete el demonio.
She went crazy on
I
him.
would say the same thing, you douche.
He came in with some claw marks on
I
his
didn't even
face.
know. I didn't even know if it was going to make sense in Spanish.
Yeah,
I was
she
just
knows what
guessing
that
at
is.
it.
I can't believe you called her a friend with benefits. Did you just say you took her out for like dinner or something? Or you took her dinner because she was feeling sick?
Yeah, that's a boyfriend thing.
That's a boyfriend
such a
thing
boyfriend
to do.
thing.
Buzz is not available for holiday season.
If you were just a friend with
Golden
benefits, if she
beneficials.
was sick, you would just call her still at night and be like, "You're sick.
You up?
still sick?
Can you still come over?"
You up? Buzz Adams. Finally, a word that has been used incessantly to describe the fraught state of American politics and society is Merriam-Webster's 2024 Word of the Year.
Backshots.
That word is polarization, Nico.
Oh, I had money on Brat Summer.
Brett Summer.
That was a good one.
Defined as a division into sharply distinct opposites, polarization grew dramatically in search volume over the past year due to what the online dictionary site claims was the desire of Americans to better understand the complex state of affairs. Polarization was widely used across the media, with MSNBC at one point declaring that the 2024 U.S. presidential has left our country more polarized than ever. Forbes, meanwhile, warned that in workplaces, cultural polarization is becoming a pressing challenge. Merriam-Webster wrote in an announcement saying, quote, the online dictionary tells us which words are being looked up, but also in what volume, and so we try to have a data-driven list that explains what words sent people to the dictionary in the past year. Other contenders for the word of the year included totality, following an April solar eclipse that drew astronomical excitement.
Nice.
And fortnight, the primarily British word that's also a Taylor Swift song.
And a game.
Oh, yeah, and a game. I forgot about that.
I think it's spelled different though.
Oh, yeah, I think it is. Fortnight is spelled differently.
Spelled N-I-T-E.
Yeah, it's not night proper.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is a fortnight?
I have no idea.
No.
Isn't it 2
it's
weeks?
Yeah, it's like a measurement of.
I thought it was 20
maybe?
days.
Oh, snap. I don't even
My
know.
goodness.
Why is the game called Fortnite then? Takes 20 days to play?
14.
No.
It's 2 weeks. And it's right.
Oh, it is.
Another
It's
thing
14 days.
you guys could fight about.
Yeah, I'm always right at compared to anything.
Okay, but fortnight doesn't save any syllables off of 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Fortnite, 2 weeks.
Yeah. Just say
Maybe
2
back
weeks.
then they didn't say things like in 2 weeks.
Be back in a
No, I will be back.
Back in a fortnight.
I
You
will
mean
return in a
2
fortnight.
weeks?
Imagine the chick is all
Yay.
like, it's Brett Summer. I'm not going to wait 2 weeks for you. All right. With your news, I'm Joanna Barba.
Christmas is but little more than a fortnight away.
Hell yeah, it is.
Hey, we have some interesting comments in the app chat.
Do you want to save those?
Yeah.
Hey, so I was going to do all my Christmas shopping on Saturday, and I don't know what was happening with the traffic, or if it was an all over El Paso thing, but on the west side, they had some key routes closed off. Anyway, I leave my house, and before I get 2 miles away from my house, I'm stuck in traffic for over an hour.
Uh-oh.
And I do this thing where, I just cut, I'm going to go a different way. So I,
And then you hit traffic there.
And then you hit traffic there. I know people call things a nightmare, but I did feel like I was in a waking nightmare.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah. We were at one light. They're doing a lot of work on I-10 over on the west side.
Mm-hmm.
The light that we would only get it about every 10 minutes. Swear to God. 10 minutes. The light would last
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
That's how I get.
Sometimes not even one car could get through that light that only came around every 10 minutes.
Sounds terrible.
Because the traffic going the other way was all snarled up, and we wanted to turn left. You couldn't turn left because of the traffic going the other way. What?
Like your hand motions.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain, okay?
I get you, Buzz. Yeah. And then what did you do?
Eventually I got through that, but it was so long. I felt like
I feel like you need to start using words like "dang nabbit," and
it was so dag nabbit long getting through the traffic. And Sunday was fine. For some reason, Sunday was fine. Weird.
Driving around looking at my phone on the way to Christmas shop. Texting my friends looking at my phone. Didn't know that cars had stopped.
Hey, it's Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
For your property, safety, and your peace of mind, Doppler Dave Spielman, the Borderlands Chief Meteorologist.
El Paso's own live and local. The Buzz Adams Morning Show. 95.5 KLAQ.
We're more than caught up.
Yes, sir.
We're ahead of the schedule. Meaning we can do a nice long segment here.
Oh.
Do you want to... look up the stuff you did on the Hollywood Cheesemate earlier about the Village People. A lot of people had comments.
Oh, okay.
About the Village People beef between construction worker and cop.
And that's their name from now on. We're not going to call them their...
I don't know their real names, just construction worker and cop.
No, name's a very important deal.
Apparently, Cop wrote a lot of the songs.
Yeah, but construction worker's last name is Hodo, which sounds like Hoto.
And he is gay.
One of the things they're beefing over was whether or not the YMCA is a gay anthem.
I don't know if we should use the word beefing in a gay feud description.
Right.
Bear with them. Let me see.
Do you also want me to let you know what the people are saying in the app chat?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of messages. We were talking about fast food prices and how they are going up. And Joanna had a story about Chipotle saying their
everybody can be in
prices
the app chat, right?
Yeah, everybody. It just
Except me.
Except you.
me, too.
You just have to have the KLAQ mobile app, and then you can message us.
Okay, good reason to get the
Jesse
mobile app.
says, food prices are ridiculous. You can actually go to a sit-down restaurant and pay less for a full meal than getting something from a fast food franchise now. It is absolutely true.
Yeah, I think it is.
Ronnie, I went to...
What did they say?
Like Chili's
You
has
didn't hear
a great
that?
deal.
I was setting
Applebee's
the next segment.
Fast food prices are ridiculous. You can actually go to a sit-down restaurant and pay less for a full meal than getting something from a fast food joint. I know. I went to Toro Burger the other day, and it came out to about $13, $14.
Toro Burger is a sit-down restaurant?
It is, yeah.
And you get a good burger. Look, these are the
but
two
it was
deals.
it was the exact same price as like if I went to Whataburger.
Somewhere, yeah. These are the two deals to keep an eye on. Chili's has a $10.99 deal.
Hell
and
yeah.
they have like an extensive menu, and you get a starter and a
Alberto's
drink.
all about Chili's.
Yes.
What do
And
you call
that-
yourself?
A chili head.
Chili head.
chili
Well, that's
head.
because I worked there, though. I earned that chili
You did?
head.
Oh, he earned that.
Where did you work, out front or back?
I was the host.
You were the host.
I was telling people,
Don't
hi,
they?
welcome
Don't
to
they usually
Chili's."
get pretty girls to be the host though?
Well, I was a pretty girl back then. And so
Ronnie was talking. So Chipotle. Ronnie said you said it was slop in a bucket, Buzz.
That's all I can think about when I
Ronnie says
it.
that's some delicious slop in a bucket. Edgar says slop in a bucket coming from a guy that eats out of a trash can.
I did over the weekend. My daughter
Again?
my daughter had KFC and she threw away, she only eats like a little bit off of the chicken, and a day later I found it in the trash can. I'm like, that's still damn good
A day
chicken.
later?
Yeah.
Okay, so who cares what a Chipotle slop looks like? I mean, it should be a pig trough. It might as
Well, at
be.
least when I eat slop in my own life, I don't have to pay for it. I
did pay for the slop. Al says Chipotle is just a 7-layer dip with meat. Completely understand that one. Padilla did bring up an Applebee's deal, saying way better deal.
$9.99 for the burger.
Well, this is the
Applebee's.
$10.99 for 3. I guess you get like an appetizer, a drink, and something else. Subway price. Okay, somebody's bringing up the Subway prices. I used to be able to get that $5.
Subway is
insane
so expensive.
Insane.
Subway?
Subway.
Insane.
Remember when they were $5?
You can't get a footlong for less than $10 now.
The ingredients aren't even good though.
Yeah. So when it was the $5 footlong, it was like
It was a great deal. Now you got to pay like $13 for a footlong.
And then the employees be putting on the ingredients like they're being charged for them. It's like, dude, sprinkle on some more olives. There's like 5 olives on
You're
that
a sandwich
footlong.
artist. Come on.
Give me some of those banana peppers.
Yeah, but they always have to like put a plop of mayonnaise.
Oh my God.
I'm going to make a controversial statement about
Yes.
fast food here, and it's
Okay.
probably the kind of thing that could get you run out of the state.
Uh-oh.
Whataburger, not that great. Their burgers are kind of,
Get the hell out of here.
they kind of taste like water. They taste watery.
Water burger.
Yeah.
Well, they're a water burger. What's wrong with it?
No, do you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
It's just
I
great.
think maybe that the word you're doing like this word association where you hear the word water and now you're thinking.
No. My daughter.
That's what it tastes
Well,
like.
I will say
both
that
of my daughters called it Waterburger, and I corrected them before they could read, and they didn't believe me.
The burger I got this weekend that was $16. It was delicious. It was like worth every single
And it was
penny.
There's sometimes where
It
it's
was
just
Whataburger. It was Whataburger. But
so good.
when I've had it recently, and where it sucked. At some places, it does suck.
Like, I don't think it's as good as it was before they got bought by a Chicago company and relocated to freaking Illinois.
Yeah.
Chris says, I used to pay for a cold cut meal at Subway for $8. Now it's $16.
What's a cold cut meal? You can
Well, it's a
just get a bunch of cold cuts?
cut sandwich.
It's a cold cut sandwich. Edgar says, you can get buzzed to eat Chipotle if you put it in the trash can.
That's true. If you find us leaving it in the trash, you'll probably eat it.
Lorenzo says Popeyes is the 12-piece family meal is $50.
$50? I don't believe
Shut the hell up. I don't eat at Popeyes
For
that
12
much.
pieces?
There must be something going on with chicken because
I think so, yeah.
remember, I used to always get the garlic Parmesan wings when I got
Yeah.
Pizza Hut. And it got so expensive, I had to forensically decide what on my bill was costing so much. And I figured
Like you
out
got an accountant to go through everything.
with a fine-tooth comb. And I found out it was the wings. They were outrageous. They
Your
were like,
accountant's like, you ate too many wings this year.
I did a little mathematics. It came out to like $2 per wing.
Damn.
That's too much.
Yeah, 10 wings
too
or a
much
dozen
for a
or
wing.
whatever was $20 just the wings alone.
I think somebody is agreeing with you on your Whataburger statement. Oh.
Hey, Whataburger has gone down.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I read somewhere. Did they sell them? I think that's when they started going down. Anyway,
They got bought by a company. Whataburger is historically a Texas chain based in Texas, and they moved the operations to Chicago. At least that's what I heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right.
Dave says, Buzz is like a raccoon with standards. No, not even Dave, just a raccoon. No standards.
Okay, I'm going
Derek says-
to say this one
Derek
time,
says-
and I think this will shut down all criticism of me. When civilization totally collapses, and it will, you're going to have to eat some unsavory things.
And you're
But
just
you know
preparing.
who's going to be sitting pretty?
You.
Moi.
Trash eater over
Yeah,
here.
right.
And then the first person to die from like worms or something is going to be Buzz. Derek says, you must have an iron stomach. I left 2 cooked steaks in the microwave and then remembered them 3 hours later. I threw them straight into the trash with a tear in my eye.
Oh, no. No.
Is Derek saying he cooked a steak in the microwave?
No, I think he said he left.
Maybe
I
he
think he
was
left them to
reheating
reheat or to like stay warm or something.
Hey, do you have any more comments? Or do you want to tell everybody what our ridiculous argument that was off air was about?
Oh my God.
Okay, so
Alberto was just
You can
eaten
hear
up with curiosity about what it was we
You
were
guys
arguing.
I'm not
hear
sure
it.
he understood it though.
If you're on
Yeah, he did.
Instagram, you can hear that argument because I recorded part of it
And put it on Insta?
Well, that was our
Instagram.
second time trying to.
That was
redo it.
That was the second time, Alberto,
Mm-hmm.
that they were arguing about it.
Okay, so I was trying to tell Buzz that I was like, dude, there's this new security robot in China. I'm reading some article about a security robot that's coming out of China, and it's in this form of a sphere, and it looks like a Droideka from Star Wars.
And I said, you're mispronouncing it's a Droideka.
And that's the entire argument. Then I started to say, how can you even, but first of all, Buzz loves to pick on people's pronunciation for everything, right?
Right.
And then I get that for like other languages. This is a Star Wars made up language. Where do you get the gall, the huevos to
That's
correct
what
me
Qui-Gon and
on
Obi-Wan
a
call it.
made up fantasy
Because
language?
they refer to it, they go Droidekas.
Droideka.
That's incorrect.
Okay, there are other
They're
movies
called Droideka.
where
No, they're called Droideka.
It's not just about chasing criminals, it actually shoots nets to catch them. This robot is designed to handle water and...
You know what it looks like, though? It looks much more like a BB-8 without a head.
It does look like a BB. It's smaller. It's smaller than a Droideka.
Wait a minute. So this is going to throw a net at the bad guys trying to get away? If only we had these, that United Healthcare killer would be in custody now.
and work well with other robots. Its body is made to withstand hard use, almost indestructible.
Okay, the reason I say it's Droideka is because they use
They
that
say
word.
that but there's
Droidekas.
other times where they mention it, and I'm pretty sure I heard it mentioned as Droideka. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's you can't be right on a made up word.
Every word
Droideka. And that's what he said.
And that's what he said in the break. Every word is
is
made up. It's like, true.
Droideka.
Yeah. Okay, but play the other one where it said it like
Droideka.
No, play the other one. Because Buzz
Just
went to
play the clip
play
where
that-
Qui-Gon Jinn says it.
Droideka.
There you go, bitch.
But did you notice that was a chick saying it?
Oh my God.
point?
What's your point?
That's how a chick would say it.
Yeah, you know what? It is Droideka.
No, it's
you
Droideka.
are. No, it's not.
Now listen to the man say it.
Droideka.
Sounds like an idiot.
Again, made up fantasy word. I can't believe we're arguing about it.
You guys were very passionate about it in the commercial break.
It's like somebody arguing about how one of the Elvish words is supposed to be pronounced. It's like, well, this is a real language, all right? I promise you. This is how
Droideka.
you're supposed to say it.
Droideka.
Droideka.
See, now I'm saying it Droideka.
Droideka.
Droideka. It's called Droideka.
I don't want to pull out like my deep in-universe knowledge, but in Star Wars Battlefront 2, they have droidekas that show up, and one of the characters says,
Droideka.
Droidekas.
Droideka.
Look out. Droidekas. Like that.
Whatever.
Do you want to hear some of the reaction to Joanna's story about the feud between members of the Village People?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Joanna, you were talking about this. Give us just the basic details.
The cop says that the YMCA is not a gay anthem. The construction worker disagrees and says it's totally.
Why can't cops and construction workers just get along?
So the cop is Victor Willis, who is credited with a lot of the songwriting, right?
Yes.
And the guy who's the construction worker is named David Hodo. I didn't even catch the first time through that Hodo sounds like Hoto.
Yeah. One of our listeners, I think Steve-O said that.
He was the construction worker during the band's heyday, so that's late 70s, early 80s.
What, they've gotten new construction workers since then?
I think they have rotated construction workers. The cowboy is named Randy Jones, and he's pretty famous.
So the whole thing is that one person, the cop, is saying, no, our song is not a gay anthem.
Girlfriend, you don't even know.
But does he acknowledge that the band is a gay band?
No, he's in denial.
Because you have a a GIMP as one of
like
your.
one person.
That's like a
gay.
motorcycle, dude, but it really does look like fetish bondage wear.
Like Mr. Slave. It looks exactly like Mr. Slave.
So the cop, Willis, fired back at Hodo. Hodor. Back in your hole before I crush you again, you replacement Village People member who has lied for years that you're an original. I guess he wasn't like at the very beginning.
No.
That's it. Back to your
do
hole.
you know how many construction workers I know?
Back to your hole before I crush you.
You guys.
Yes.
Do you really want to be doing this at this point in your careers? Both of them had negative things to say about the song.
Yeah, one of them was like, it's not even a great song. The only thing that's great about it is the dance that other people came up with.
Oh, they didn't come up with the dance for the YMCA?
No, apparently the kids on American Bandstand came up with the hand movements.
How hard can it be?
YMCA.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought the kids at the roller rink I went to when I was in 7th grade came up with that.
And you were like, hot damn, that is genius.
Yeah. It was great because you could do it while skating on roller skates.
At parties, I would always
It's totally a dance meant for white people because you don't need to use your hips or lower legs whatsoever.
You don't even really need a sense of rhythm. You just make it match up with the lyrics.
How is that guy from the YMCA song calling saying that not a gay anthem with a last name like that? Toto. Toto.
Yeah, I did not notice that the first time through. I have a very vivid memory of having a sleepover.
Whoa.
Like you'd have sleepovers. You did that when you were kids, right?
Yes.
At friend's house.
Yep.
Having a sleepover at Russell Donathan's house on New Year's Eve, 1979. It was going to turn into 80, all right?
Okay.
And we were watching Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year. And they had a live performance and Dick said this, the hottest band in the country right now, the Village People.
Uh-huh.
And they came out and played YMCA and Macho Man and probably in the Navy.
Macho Man.
In the Navy.
I didn't even know what gay was, but I knew they were gay back then.
Hey, good morning show. Nursing a sick ass through that. But you guys were talking about the YMCA and the guy that was suing for defamation about saying that it's gay. Have you noticed that Trump likes a lot of gay stuff? Like, it's very zesty, zesty. Like, he talks kind of weird. He does mean girl insults. He loves musicals.
He does mean girl insults.
And he dances YMCA like how you would expect to dance YMCA at a gay club. My man is on the DL. Donald Trump, mark my words, kind of zesty. He's a zesty batch. Sabrosito. Oh, Donald Trump, build a wall.
He's a zesty batch. He's a zesty batch.
I mean, do you think it has to have been since the days of powdered wigs that a president of the United States wore as much makeup? I mean, think about that. He wears makeup.
Like heavy.
Somebody spends a lot of time on his hair, and they still don't get it right. I mean, he wears more makeup than Dame Edna does.
I was born in the 70s, and I remember seeing the Village People and thinking the biker guy was the toughest looking guy until I saw Police Academy movie and the Blue Oyster Club scene.
Yeah.
Then I was like, yeah, I'll pass. And with all this arguing, do we even know what the YMCA organization actually thinks the song is? Yeah, have a good day. Peace.
I know that at the time, the organization, the YMCA, did not appreciate that they were being associated with what they would have been thought of at the time as a deviant lifestyle.
Gay cruising, yeah.
But the scene from Police Academy, they go, do you remember that? They go into a bar and they're, tonight you're mine completely, and they're slow dancing.
Yeah.
That had a bondage biker in that.
Why is he in bondage?
And he called Nicky Jam hot.
Oh, yeah.
He called Nicky Jam hot. We have just re-elected our first gay president. Or at least the Q, the LGBTQ president. I don't know if you can say it on radio.
I didn't catch what he said the last part.
The Q. At least the Q, I think you said.
Oh, okay.
In our app chat, there are a couple people that are agreeing with you about Whataburger Buzz.
More.
Chewy says, Chewy in Chicago says,
more bland.
Buzz isn't wrong about Whataburger in El Paso. I live in Chicago and couldn't wait to have Whataburger during this trip down there, and it was mid at best. Super disappointing. But then I had it in Dallas, and it was everything I remember it being, and had 2 more times in Dallas.
Get it together, El Paso Whataburgers.
Right? Darn. Al says, Tolkien's language, Elvish languages are languages, Nico.
Said what?
Tolkien's Elvish languages are languages. There are sentence structure rules that apply and pronunciation guides. Okay.
Wow. We have been out and herded.
We have been out and herded.
I know when to bow down and admit defeat.
You want to talk about the time the moments you realized you were dating an idiot?
Well, we do have one break.
Okay.
But you found this on what, Reddit?
I found this on Reddit, and I thought that the title was just so hilarious. Basically saying, like, when did you realize you were dating a dummy? What was your I'm dating a freaking idiot moment?
Where to begin? Where to begin?
So there are people that are putting in the specific moments
that they realized they were dating a dummy.
For example, somebody put, he insisted that Spain was in South America because that's where they speak Spanish.
Nice.
What is up,
That's a
on
genius.
show? It's Wrestler Guy. Hope you guys are doing well. You guys are talking about the village people in the YMCA.
Yeah.
Remember a few years back, I don't remember exactly when, but I know it was quite a while ago, that the village people performed at the Sun Bowl halftime show.
They did, yeah.
And did a whole world record thing of how many people can do the YMCA in one arena, or one stadium in this case. Apparently they broke the record for that, but I don't remember the exact count. But yeah, at the Sun Bowl, they broke a record for how many people can do the YMCA in one venue. It's pretty cool. Yeah, later.
Other people are saying that.
I remember something about that.
I think that we still have the record, maybe.
Wow. You can hang out with all the boys.
They have everything for you men to enjoy. You can hang around with all the boys.
Nice.
I think this is clear.
It was a crowd that day of 40,138 who performed the YMCA.
That's a lot of people.
Bam,
They have everything for young men to enjoy.
Yeah,
you can hang out with all the boys. You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel.
I mean, they're describing the YMCA pretty well. You can get a room and a meal and hang out with the boys, I guess.
Did they still do that? Because I never saw anybody living at the YMCA that I went to. By the way, the YMCA, the organization, the YMCA, they came around. Eventually, they weren't mad anymore. And in fact, used the song in some of their
ads and stuff.
Yeah, like advertisements. And they embraced the song.
I thought we had one of the YMCAs with a dorm on.
There may
on
be
Montana,
one, but the one that I
anymore.
go to. Young man, I was once in your shoes. I said, young man, down and out with the blues. I felt no man cared if I were alive. I felt the whole world was so jive.
That's when
Someone came up to me and said, young man, take a walk up the street. It's a place there called the YMCA. They can start you back on your way.
Gay.
Come on.
Gay.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show. And the times you realized you were dating a dummy. That's coming up. More of the Buzz Adams Morning Show on the way right after this.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus.
Requires eligible plan, need coverage, and other restrictions apply. Visit att.com/onenetwork for details.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
Online, they asked people to share their own stories about when you realized you were dating a dummy.
Yeah. What was your I'm dating a frickin' idiot moment? And
there's a very important call I have to play first.
Okay.
This is absolutely essential to continuing the show.
I have a feeling I know what it's about. All right.
I'm calling in to defend Buzz on the pronunciation of Droideka.
Yep.
Droideka, the spelling of it ends in K-A, which is a deca. Is or Droideka. If it was with a C-A, it would be the way that Nico is pronouncing it. So the fact that it ends with a K-A, it makes it a Droideka, not Droideka. Deca would be D-E-C-A.
So the point is that I was right yet again.
Pod me up.
Droideka.
Well, that's a girl.
Droideka.
Find
no.
a dude voice
That has
and-
nothing to do with it.
Shut the hell up,
I don't know
bud.
about that.
Droideka.
Yeah, listen to a guy
So there
say
you
it.
go.
Droideka.
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 You know girls can't get anything right about Star Wars and sports.
Gay.
Droideka.
The dude that was just
Droideka.
singing all of YMCA to us right now.
Yeah, in the
Droideka.
break as well. Okay, so this comes to us, this Reddit question about dating. When did you realize you were dating an idiot? Comes to us from Reddit user Post Nut Clarity.
Thank you.
Today I'm bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and I have a certain post-nut
Nut clarity. All right.
What was the question again?
Oh, when did you realize, what was the moment you realized you were dating a freaking idiot?
When he took me to see Gemini Man
Yep.
instead of Joker.
I
should have clarified that on the Facebook post. I put it on Facebook so that people can go and
He
answer
took you to
it
see
on.
Gemini Man when Joker was
Right
out there
there.
in theaters.
And that's when you realized,
And at the end, he was
An
like,
idiot.
"That's a good movie," and I'm all like, "Ugh,
idiot.
idiot."
No second date. Right?
Did you-
No, I
didn't
never.
you say, though,
that's why
that
I
now-
never called you back, Robert.
Didn't you say now it's making it hard for you to date because guys are worried about
Yeah.
making the wrong
that
movie
was
choice?
that was something I told you off air. Some guy told me he was afraid to ask me out because he didn't want to be Gemini Man.
Gemini.
And didn't you say,
And I was
well,
like,
just pick a good movie
pick
then?
a good movie.
Give me an example
Okay.
of what people are saying when they realize they were dating an idiot.
All right. Lady Shylock says, when he asked my grandmother if she'd ever had children.
Asked my grandma if she'd ever had children.
So, have you ever had children?
Oh, look at you.
Sounds like he
Hi,
was
Nana.
nervous.
Have you ever had kids?
Did your grandma have kids?
Well, maybe she was like the stepmother. I mean, it's not impossible.
No, but it does seem like it would be a silly
question to ask.
Another person asked, what kind of bird is a ham? Saying that was kind of hard to ignore when they said that. She seemed to be confused about the difference between flamingos and penguins, but insisted they weren't real because she'd grown up in Alaska and never saw any.
Penguins?
A penguin or a flamingo?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Penguins
both.
live at the South Pole.
Flamingos live in the zoo.
Yeah, flamingos live in
Flamingos live in a zoo.
and on people's lawns in plastic form. I got one. Can I put one in here?
Wait, the Romans are from Rome?
What,
Oh my God.
That one is, I don't even know where to begin with that one. She thought the Romans, she never connected them with Rome.
Okay, I wanted to ask you guys this serious question. If a girl that you're dating tells you that about the Romans,
The Romans
Do
are
you
from
continue
Rome?
seeing her?
Yeah, it's sexy.
Or depending
Like
on,
the-
or like if you let it pass because she's like super hot.
I had a girlfriend who was super hot and said amazingly,
Dude.
just the most entertaining
Just
dumb
one.
thing. Not just one, but one kind of outshone the rest.
So what did they do? What
What was the
yeah.
stupid thing they said
Okay.
that you were like, I'm going to let that pass
There were
because
so
you
many
are hot.
that I was going to write a book. I was going to in fact, I think I even started compiling a list.
Oh my God.
But one of them was we were driving past the synagogue on the west side, the big one, up on
Okay, yeah.
Thunderbird. We're driving past that because I used to live over there. And she goes, I went to that church last week. And I'm like, you went to that church? No, I just went there to hide Easter eggs for my kids for Easter.
Why would you?
And I said, she did not know that. No, she wasn't lying. She totally did this. She said, those people gave me the funniest looks, but I thought, I'm here on a Saturday, not a Sunday.
What's wrong?
Oh my God.
That's when Jews go to the church.
Also, did she have
First
that
of all,
same
it's called
accent?
shul. She has an accent. It was very much an East Texas accent, so I hope I'm doing it justice. But
So she went to a synagogue
those people looked at me like I was crazy
Oh my God.
to plant Easter eggs.
to hide.
On a Saturday. Oh, look at
Look who it is.
Steve walked.
Steve was
what
Steve.
perfect timing. Hi,
Now I never dated Steve, but I could give you a list of things Steve said that were
Speaking of
just
Jewish people,
mind blowing.
Oh no.
What is Steve?
Steve
said?
one time was on the air and he was listing all the porno mags that they used to have in convenience store. People don't remember they used to have hardcore pornography magazines
Jugs.
at essentially every convenience store.
Hustler.
I don't think they carry magazines at convenience stores.
I don't
In
think
fact,
I've
I
seen
don't
them
even
in
know
a
if
while,
magazines still exist. But Steve,
Magazines still exist. Have you ever been to Barnes & Noble?
at a
Steve,
convenience store.
Our topic today is the moment you realized you were dating an effing idiot. Now, I asked the guys, how much of an idiot does a chick have to be before like you just
Anyway.
let it pass because she's so hot?
Buzz prefers it.
Steve was naming dirty magazines that he had seen at the counter, when he was a kid.
Okay.
So OUI.
Oh, yeah, I didn't remember that one. You know what that is?
It's
No.
It's we.
OUI.
Oh,
and
we.
then he said Mademoiselle.
But that's not a dirty magazine.
That's Mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle is not a dirty magazine.
Mademoiselle?
It's not a porno.
Oh, I thought it was.
Look at Steve, get it right. It's not
that's
you
a
do
home and
remember-
garden.
You do remember saying
That's exactly right.
You remember saying Mademoiselle. I think
Yes.
you're wrong.
Mademoiselle is a
No,
home
Mademoiselle is not a
That's like Miss
porno.
Maisel's
mother.
predecessor.
No. Like you're checking.
Mademoiselle. Okay, I see.
OUI magazine.
You still think that that's a porno buzz?
Fashion, advice, and
First
short
off, he
stories.
spelled it wrong.
It features writers like Truman Capote, William Faulkner, and Dylan
Wow,
Thomas.
it was published from 1935 to 2001, so this is old.
I did think it was a porno
2000.
magazine.
I was in the 5th grade, Steve. You were over there reading filthy magazines.
God.
come on.
No, nobody ever bought them. You were too.
You
too
guys never
embar-
bought dirty magazines that you found at the.
No, you know what we
No,
do? So
I
here's
lived
so
in a
here's the
town
thing.
with
Or
like
did you ever
So let me
10,000.
say this. My best friend, when I was growing up as a kid, Ari Goldberg, his parents, I guess his dad, had like a Playboy subscription. So he knew where the stash was. And that was like, I would go hang out with him and then he'd break out the...
Mom, can I go hang out with my friend?
Can I hang out with Ari?
Yeah, exactly.
Friend said.
Oh no, Ari and I basically lived at their house, so that was just one of the things.
And
where
Steve's
one
mom
day-
is like, I wonder why he's always over there.
And then Ari's
comes
mom is
home
like,
right
I
to
wonder why
sleep.
Steve's in the bathroom all the time
Your
at our
friend,
house.
does your friend
No.
Steve have a problem?
No, and funny enough, we didn't like this wasn't like a constant thing. He found them, and then it was one of those things
Found
where
him?
he found the stash.
Found his dad's or
Yes.
whose? Oh,
Do you watch? Did you look at them together? Like, did you leaf through the pages together?
No, he just broke out a big stack, and he checked out one, I checked out the other, and that was it.
It was like a library.
Nothing like getting erect with your friends.
Is that a thing? You guys watch porn together?
the comic book store that I got my comic books from was half comic book store and half
Porn?
Dirty magazine
magazines.
store.
Oh
Really?
my God, did your mother know about this?
She never went in there. As far as she knew, it was. And the guy who ran the comic book store, I swear to God, Matt Groening or one of the writers from The Simpsons was passing through and saw that guy and based the comic book.
Let me tell you.
Worst episode ever. It was that dude to the greasy ponytail
and the goatee.
and the mustard stains on his dirty T-shirt. It was the guy from The Simpsons. But anyway, he had all the stash of porn, but it was contained safely behind a curtain.
A beaded curtain?
Made of beads.
Right. You know that would separate
And did you ever ask, like,
teenage
hey,
boys.
Good from evil.
Did you ever try and sneak in behind that beaded curtain?
No.
The beaded curtain would give you away immediately.
But
Like,
I
I
did
had one on my
sometimes
door.
That or a swinger.
I did sometimes see people from my church who were in the comic book store not getting comic books.
They were coming out of that beaded curtain.
They were coming in that beaded curtain.
Oh my God! In our app chat,
Far.
one of our listeners says that they realized they were dating an idiot when they affirmed the Earth was flat.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to go too far online to find somebody who's willing to do that. I
Actually-
still think that that's like some kind of joke that people are playing.
No, people
like some kind of
No, I
meta
don't think
humor where it's
so.
like, I'm going to tell people I think the world is flat.
Okay, this next one convinces me that more people believe it. All right. Somebody else said, I realized that I was dating an idiot when they said, there's no way the Earth spins once a day. If it spun that fast, we would all fly off.
I mean, that certainly is what it seems like the first time you heard that the Earth spins. Like
Yeah.
when you're a kindergartner, you're like, how do we not all fly off?
Yeah, that's why medieval people didn't believe in it either.
I want you guys to, like Nico, say these and then Buzz respond to it as if you're responding to a really hot girl who just said it.
Well, the world may be flat, but you sure ain't, little girl.
Oh, what?
Oh, baby girl. I'm sorry. I was trying to use the new term.
Baby girl.
Wait, well, why is baby girl better than little girl?
Because little girl implies like gross,
baby.
but baby girl is something else.
All right.
Her, look at the moon. That ain't right. Me, what do you mean? Her, you're not supposed to see the moon during the day.
Oh.
The government put it there so they could spy on us.
Buzz replies that it's a hot girl.
That's when you know you're dating a QAnon.
Thanks for letting me know, baby girl.
Everything is
My-
going to be baby girl.
Here's one. My ex-boyfriend saw a very large lady wearing double denim, then turned to me and said, wow, how many cows died for her outfit? At first, I laughed, then realized he wasn't really joking. And after probing, found he genuinely believed that denim came from cows.
Nice.
It was the beginning of the end. I was telling a story, Steve, that I once dated somebody who was really hot, but said dumb things all the time. And don't say any names. But I used to tell you.
Because you know
all
the person for
stories.
sure.
I know his entire dating life from 1995 till the present.
Yeah. So I should have made a book out of the stuff she
You
said.
should have, yeah.
I thought you were about to say something.
Tell him the story of the Easter eggs.
Oh, she's telling me we were driving past the shul on Thunderbird. You remember this story? And she goes, people at that church are weird. I went there to hide Easter eggs with my kid, and I got the funniest looks from them. And not joking. So she had gone because Easter and Passover around the same time of year. She went over on Passover Saturday.
On the Saturday.
To hide
Oh, my
Easter
God.
eggs. And I can imagine
You know what the best
look
news is?
she was lucky they didn't call like the hate crime police.
Right.
Can I say this too? He even did the voice right.
Yeah.
Like that's the best part about it.
Really?
Oh yes, absolutely. That's great.
You
and
mean
I believe
They looked at me like I was crazy.
You celebrated the rising of Christ from the dead
at a synagogue
The one-
on Shabbat.
On
They
the
don't
one most important holiday.
the guy they don't believe in.
And then you were like, that's okay, baby
we do
girl.
believe. Hang on. Now listen, we got to at least identify this. Oh, we believe in him. We believe he lived
Yes.
and he died. That's where it ends.
You know, not everybody even believes
And
that.
that's it.
What's that?
There are people that believe Jesus
No,
was
but he's
mostly
talking
a
about Jewish
mythological
people.
creation, maybe based on a real person who lived. But,
Who says that?
yeah, you know, it is the minority view of Bible scholars. Most most Bible
people have
scholars
questioned
believe
whether
it.
Jesus was alive since like the 1800s, whether he was a real person or not. Well,
to me, of course, he was a prophet.
Right. Well, I'm saying historically, like some people would say, well, where's the actual evidence? But because
the actual firsthand evidence is kind of
sketch. It's a little sketch. Mostly because he wasn't he wasn't famous enough to be written about contemporary. So it's like people wrote about him.
Anyway, I do fall in the mainstream of historians. I believe that Jesus was a historical figure. Yeah, but
and he was a prophet. That's the only thing.
I believe he was a prophet.
In Judaism, they believe he was a prophet, just not the.
In Islam, they believe he was a prophet,
not the Messiah.
Exactly, not the Son of God. That's right.
Raiden in our app chat says, I remember a time I was taking a girl to, I was talking to a girl in North Carolina, and she said, I need to get a passport to visit her since I'm from New Mexico.
Oh.
And she lived where?
In North Carolina.
Okay.
And depending on how hot she was, I'm sure he was like, yeah, don't worry, I'll get a passport. I need you to play one call from our neckline.
Jaybird.
Michael?
Yes.
Jaybird says, I realized I was dating an idiot when we were strolling in downtown Ruidoso, and out of nowhere, he goes, you know what blows my mind? That jackalopes are real.
Those are the rabbits with horns on their heads.
I thought he was joking until he kept talking about the jackalopes.
And that's one of our listeners?
Yeah. And then I had to break the news that they are indeed made up.
Good morning show. I asked my girlfriend back in the day, she's no longer my girlfriend, to spell orange. And she looked at me dead in the eye and she said, the color of the fruit. Man, I can't believe it. I dropped it right there, man. Have a good one.
The color or the fruit?
You mean the color of the fruit?
Wife, depending on how hot she would, I would say, but you do have a good point. Why don't we call a banana a yellow? Got to take a break. Cappy is here. Some big sports happenings. We know who's coming to the Sun Bowl on New Year's Eve.
Yep.
We know what teams made it in, some of them by the skin of their teeth, into the college football playoff. And two teams that lost on Saturday still got in. Two teams from Texas that lost on Saturday got in. Here's a lot of spoiler, it's not the Miners, but we'll find out who's in, who's out of the college football playoffs.
You want to know what we also know?
Droideka.
That is not.
Droideka.
Nope.
Droideka.
Here, let me play the official pronunciation.
Droideka.
All right, let's take a break. Cappy's going to join us for sports coming up. More of the Buzz Adams Morning Show on the way right after this.
Hey, this is Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from Ozzy to Pearl Jam to Ghost. Everything you'll need to make a rockin' afternoon. El Paso's best rock. 95.5 KLAQ.
It's Dallas Cowboys season, and nobody does a Cowboys party like Speaking Rock. Join Speaking Rock every week as they host El Paso's biggest Cowboys tailgate party on their outdoor plaza. Experience the game on their massive outdoor screens, where every seat is a great seat. Prizes, drink specials, food specials, and more. The next party is Monday, December 9th, as the Cowboys take on the Bengals. See Speaking Rock's Facebook for more info on El Paso's biggest Dallas Cowboys tailgate party. Ages 21 and over.
It looks like no one has been naughty this year, and everyone has been nice. Sarah has a Pandora bracelet on her list, Bobby wants a silver Cuban chain, and Dad wants a new Bulova watch. Mom wants everything on her list. A diamond bracelet, gold earrings, a diamond and gold watch, 2 different diamond rings, and a big ruby necklace. The great thing is, at Johnson Jewelers, we have it all. So get here now and make everyone happy this year. I'm Santa Randy, and I want to be your jeweler.
Hard to believe that
anything is possible. Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
This is the morning show that provides acceptable levels of social insanity.
Buzz on 95.5 KLAQ.
Going to get to sports in just a second, including who's coming to the Sun Bowl this year. Well, one of the teams does not have a winning record.
They don't have a losing record either.
They don't have a losing record. That's true. 6-6 is a push.
That's right.
How you get in a bowl game is kind of beyond. Do they let teams in that had winning season? Had losing season?
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of teams that have gone in with 5
seasons.
and 7 records that have gotten bowling. Oh, yes. That's because when you have so many bowl games, you got to let them all in, Buzz.
Yeah, cut back on the bowl games.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
We got too many bowl games.
Yes.
But at least the Sun Bowl has history.
Oh, it's the second oldest bowl game ever.
Only to the Rose?
Yeah, Rose, and it was the same year as the Orange. They both started the same year. So, yes, Orange and the Sun started the same season.
Let's just wrap up real quick, though, with when you realized you were dating an idiot. And people are sharing stories. Do you have a couple?
Yeah. B-Man in our app chat says, I was the idiot. When my wife and I were dating, I accidentally bought her a funeral arrangement of flowers on her birthday. I walked into a flower shop, bought the most expensive flowers I could find.
Give me the most expensive.
Yeah, give me your most expensive. And when I took it to her work, she looked at me strangely and said, these are funeral flowers. I told her, no wonder they said that I could add a photo for $20.
Oh, B-Man. You were the idiot.
Stacy
B-Man is kind of a new commenter, but he's been dropping some nuggets today.
Some good ones, yeah.
Stacy T is referencing the guy who said that the girl he was dating couldn't spell orange.
No. He asked her how to spell orange, and she said the color or the fruit.
And by the way, Joanna,
she asked me how to spell orange.
From Mean Girls. Well, Stacy T in our app chat says that guy is revealing that they may have been a perfect match. He was asking how to spell orange.
That is a good point that I don't think I realized the first time around.
Well, maybe he wasn't asking because he didn't know. Maybe he was asking
to test her.
See if I used to do stuff.
It's a weird test
like that with the lady that we're talking about.
You would test her all the time.
Yeah.
I would just want to hear how she answers.
Where are the Romans from?
Hi, good morning. It's Biani. Just replying to the topic that was on hand just now about when you knew that you were dating a dummy. I've never really had that scenario. On the contrary, I am the dummy. I'll give you an example. So I was like 15 years ago, I was watching a football game with my brother-in-law. And when the game came back from commercial, I turned around and I said to him, it must be annoying for the NFL to pause a game for commercials. And the look that he gave me was the most dumbfounded and confused ever. And he kind of squinted his eyes at me and said, is that a real question or like a real statement, or are you being like a mamona right now? And I said, no, don't they pause the games? And he says, no, they don't pause the games. He goes, why would they pause the games?
They literally are paused, though.
What?
They don't play
you know
while
what?
the timeout.
There is some truth that in NFL or any televised game, they do take more timeouts just for commercials.
Oh, that's true.
If you're playing like junior high, they're not going to take a commercial timeout.
TV timeouts have longer breaks because they're nationally televised. So if the games were not televised, the breaks would be less.
Biani was not 100% wrong.
No,
I'm wondering whether she meant that like he had TiVo or something and he put pause and she thought that the station did that for them or that the games did it for them.
That's not what I got. I got that they went to a commercial break.
Now, what Biani probably didn't realize was, well, the networks are paying a fortune to the NFL for the opportunity to do these commercials, so that's how the league makes money. But no, that's right. Everything.
But high school games.
Are you laughing at Derek's?
Not high school games that aren't televised, don't carry commercials. Probably go a lot fast. I mean, the halves are.
Yeah, and they're timed. The high school breaks are like a minute.
Yeah, but you could definitely get through a football game a lot quicker if it were not for the TV commercials.
Oh, without a doubt.
What is it, Joanna?
She can't stop laughing.
Okay, in an email we just got from Derek, Terry says, Buzz realized he was dating an idiot when Nico pronounced Droideka.
Joanna thinks that's really funny.
I'm dying of it.
It's hilarious.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Ajibian.
Screw you guys.
I know she hates it when you guys say things.
Time for sports.
Sports go sports. Athletics are number one. Participants are heroes. Go team, yeah!
The Buzz Adams Morning Show presents Go Sports Go. Brought to you by the Viva Auto Group. Viva makes it happen.
And here is Steve Kaplowitz from our partner station 600 ESPN, home of the Monday night football watch parties. Yeah?
Jesus, look at you. You're a disaster.
Did they do Monday?
You're a disaster.
I can't remember, dude.
You're unsure of yourself. Why would I be out at the Ale House if we're not promoting Monday Night Football? I think I'm there for my health.
I thought they had some big thing going on at Speaking Rock, too. And
They
I
do
thought
that,
sometimes
too.
you go to that.
Listen, okay? Speaking Rock has the Dallas Cowboy tailgate parties, which is tonight. Okay?
They are going to have
Of course they're going to have it.
a big shindig.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So sometimes in this town, there are more than one place that all have parties that we go to. So, like, I'm at the Rock for the Cowboy parties. They happen to play on a Monday night, which will be at the Ale House
You go to the
tonight.
Ale House
So
for
I will
Monday
be at
night.
the
Okay.
Ale House tonight, hosting the Monday night party like we do every Monday. But Speaking Rock will as well. You know what the beautiful thing is, Buzz? There's enough for everybody in this town. There's
Everybody
more.
can get their beak wet.
Yes, that is right.
And
We've got-
more.
Or soaked, yeah.
and we've got a good one tonight. The Cowboys are suddenly 5-7. They've become more interesting again in football.
They're on a minor streak right now.
Yes, that's right. They've won last couple games, 2 in a row.
Wait, like a minor streak or a minor streak?
MINOR, not
Small-
ER.
What have they won? 3?
He was playing off the word minor, like
Okay.
UTEP minor.
Okay.
You're still thinking about the girl you dated years ago. So it'll be the Cowboys and the Bengals. Starts about 6:15. We'll take you up till kickoff tonight. So we're going to have it on Westwood One. That's the national Monday night crew. This station, the Q, will have it on the Dallas Cowboys radio network. I believe pregame show starts at 5.
I'm gonna bet on a high scoring game just because neither one of these teams have and when I say not very good defenses, I think they're both tied for worst in a lot of the defensive categories.
That's right. And by the way, I've got a great selection for Underdog, which we'll talk about later.
right.
Happen to go with exactly the same lines that you are. So, yes, I think that's a very, very accurate prediction. 1506 Lee Trevino will be there live starting at 4 o'clock with Sports
And
Talk.
after the Thanksgiving game, I think a lot of Cowboy fans who are not delusional, a lot of normal, sane Cowboy fans were saying, hey, hold on a second, this season ain't over yet.
Well, those are
Right.
few and far between.
They are, but it's...
But hope springs eternal.
Of course. And in the Cowboys, that's exactly what it's like. And yeah, they've played well the last couple
if they turn
weeks.
around and friggin' lose at home
Well,
to the Bengals,
well, it's possible.
You can count. It's over.
Look, the Bengals are having a bad
It's
season.
probably over anyway.
It is over anyway.
Hey, Steve, why did the Cowboys defense stop at the bakery?
Why?
They heard they needed turnovers.
That's good. I like that.
Oh yeah. Why doesn't Fort Worth have a professional football team?
Why do they?
Why do they not? Why don't they?
Why?
Why doesn't Fort Worth have a professional football team? Because if they had one, Dallas would want one.
I got a better one. How do you keep Cowboys fans out of your front yard?
How?
You paint an end zone on it. Way to call in with that one.
That's good. All right. Get some good Cowboy lines.
Let's talk Sun Bowl. They got the team set now. It's going to
Tony
be a
the Tiger
classic
Sun Bowl.
for sure.
Yep. It's going to be Washington and Louisville. They're going to be doing battle here in the Sun Bowl on December the 31st. It was really interesting. So Arizona State played Iowa State in the Big 12 championship game this past Saturday. And
Did Iowa State win?
No. Arizona State won.
Oh, man.
And Arizona State got a bye. Like, they're one of the 4 teams in the college football playoffs that got a bye through the first round.
Wait, do we want to talk playoffs or do we want to talk Sun
Well, it
Bowl?
all kind of ties in.
Okay. All right. Got it.
Had Iowa State knocked off Arizona State, USC would have come to the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. But because Arizona State beat Iowa State, USC is going to the Vegas Bowl, giving Washington the opportunity to play here in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Washington 6-6 this season.
So is USC. So it didn't matter. This game was getting a 6-6 football team no matter what.
Are we locked into that every year?
Well, with the Pac-12, yes. There weren't. Here's the problem. The problem was that there just aren't a ton of Pac-12 teams available with good records, like the ACC. Just was one of those years where, the conference wasn't as high up as it was. Because you got to remember, Oregon, former Pac-12 team, they're one of the 4 teams that have the bye. Arizona State, one of the former Pac-12 teams. They're also in the college football playoff.
Number one. We shouldn't let that go unremarked upon. Oregon is number one.
But what I'm trying to explain is this. When you have 2 teams in the playoffs, that means that there's going to be less eligible teams to go to all the other bowl games. Does that make sense?
Well, Steve, could you explain how they pick these teams? Like, does Bernie Olivas and the Sun Bowl Commission get a catalog and they get to shop for what teams they want to come? Or
in a way, but there's pecking orders. So there are certain bowls that pick in front of you, and there's certain bowls that pick below you.
Got it.
And then what happens is that when you have the opportunity maybe to choose between 1 or 2 teams, you'll get that chance. So if you had, let's say, Cal and Washington to choose from, you take Washington because you feel like, bigger name, they'll turn on more TV sets. They were in the championship game last year. Makes a lot of sense. Louisville was good. They were 8-4. They had a great season.
Yeah, Louisville had above average year.
They did. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, Washington hasn't been here in a while, 20-plus years. Louisville hasn't been here in 90-something years. So it's going to be a fun one on December 31st, and we get an opportunity to see a couple of teams that we haven't had in a while.
Now, this year with the expanded college playoff,
yes,
aren't some of the playoff rounds also bowl games?
Yes, that's correct.
I don't know which ones are which, and I don't know if you know that or not, but when they get past the first round, you're going to have...
Well, some of these games are played...
The Fiesta Bowl is going to be one of the playoff games.
Right. Some of these games are played in like stadiums, like regular sites, and then, like the first round, I believe the home teams will host. So Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, and Notre Dame all get the home games. But then the quarterfinals and the semifinals and the national championship, those are all in sites that are the big bowl games.
Okay,
that's correct.
Let's talk about this for a second. So the 4 teams that are waiting to find out who they play, the top 4 teams have a bye.
Yes.
Those are Oregon at number 1, Georgia number 2, Boise State at number 3.
Hey, they did great in their championship game. I'm very impressed with Boise.
And Arizona State as 4.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia beat Texas over the weekend.
They did. And by the way...
But Texas still stays in the top 5, so they are going to have home field advantage against Clemson, who just beat SMU. And somehow SMU still squeaked in.
Well, we'll have to understand. Clemson beat SMU on a last-second field goal.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was a dominant performance. Had Clemson pummeled SMU or beat them convincingly, SMU would be...
First half they did.
Well, yeah, but SMU came back, and then, it was a close game. Had SMU lost, though, big, you probably would see Alabama in the top 12 and not SMU, because Alabama was bumped out as a result of SMU staying in, which is also a big story because everybody thinks the SEC is the be-all, end-all of college football.
I didn't even know that SMU was having this like a top 10 season.
Mm-hmm. And if you'll notice, the SEC, only 2 teams in the SEC in the top 12. Georgia's 1, Tennessee is 2.
All right.
That's it.
Moving on, you got Clemson and Texas. You got Tennessee at Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most evenly matched if you go by the record.
Correct.
Game. Then you've got SMU at Penn State.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough game for SMU. Really
God,
tough.
I remember
Penn State.
When I was in college is when SMU got the death penalty for their sports. And then you've got Indiana, Notre Dame.
That'll be interesting because of the regional.
Yeah.
That's
especially those are basketball schools,
and they're both, and they are
schools.
Well, and they're both in Indiana. So think about that. That's kind of cool. You don't see that very often. That's going to be a fun game. I'm excited about that.
Between Indiana and Notre Dame, one of them is going to go forward and play number 2 Georgia. Again, the teams that are waiting for that next round are Oregon number 1, Georgia number 2, Boise State 3, and Arizona State 4.
It's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be
I'm looking forward
Fantastic.
to it. Yeah, I think they got it right. And, look, if you complain about Alabama, well, you lost 3 games. I mean, to be honest, a 3-loss team, no matter what conference they're in, probably should not be in the playoffs when you're dealing with really good 2-loss teams. So, yeah.
Very, very exciting.
Yes.
Time of year, some great football's coming up. When do the playoff games begin? When's the first one?
I believe if it was the 27th. Let me double check the dates on that
After
one.
Christmas?
I got.
Here, let me play a call while you're checking that. All right.
Yeah.
Da-da-da, 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 woo, yeah, tonight, tonight, away. Just set me free. Oh, the Cowboys, they take on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Not the Bengals.
No, Bengals. Oh, my. Tomatoes, potatoes, whatever. It's like, we're still going to win. We're going to see that kitty can scratch. Woo! Come on, Buzz. Give me a woo.
Okay. Woo!
Come on, Joanna. Give me a woo.
Woo!
Nico, are you there today?
I am.
Nico?
I'm here.
Nico?
I'm here.
Are you there?
Yep.
Come on, give me a woo. Woo! Yeah, there we go. All right. Definitely, we're going to definitely win. Like Cappy said, we still got a chance. We still got a chance to make the playoffs. I think that's what he said. Yeah, all right. Come on, Buzz. Cue it up. Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys. Woo!
Our broadcast begins at 5 o'clock with the pregame show with Brad and Babe right here on KLAQ.
First round college games Friday, December 20th and Saturday, December 21st.
Oh, man, I'm traveling those days.
Are you really? Both? How long? You traveling over 2 days?
Nah, traveling Saturday, but
that means you'll get to see the Indiana Notre Dame game on Friday night. Yeah, you'll be missing the other 3. So there's a triple header on Saturday. By the way, 2 of the games are going to be on TNT and Max.
Max?
There
shouldn't be a playoff game on a pay channel.
Well, that's why TNT is getting the games too. So TNT or Max is the way the first round's going to work for 2 of the 3 games. You'll get Tennessee and Ohio State on ABC, ESPN, but the SMU Penn State game and the Clemson Texas game will both be on TNT and Max.
Love it.
There you go. So, hey, by the way, Juan Soto, $765 million in 15 years to sign with the Mets.
The Mets.
This broke last night. Where the hell have you been?
I saw them do a bit about it on Saturday Night Live.
What if he breaks his arm or leg or something in the middle of that?
Then he's out for the year, Nico. He'll play the next year. Yeah. So, all right. Well, anyway, congratulations to the Mets for landing the Juan Soto sweepstakes. Folks, if you're looking to win money while watching sports, Underdog is the place to play. With their Pick'em game, you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on a player's stats. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. Not to mention, with the Win Now button, you can cash out whenever you want. For tonight, I love Joe Burrow, higher than 275.5 passing yards. He's thrown for over 300 his last 3 games. This one looks terrific against the Cowboys. This season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day. Like Profit Boosts. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts. You'll get adjusted projections on certain players' stats to give you a better shot at a big W. And free picks. They're basically a sure thing. A player just has to get higher than half a yard for that pick to win. Plus, all new users get a free pick. Download the app, sign up with promo code KLAQ, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code KLAQ. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Hey, it's Chuck, your host for Loudwire Nights. Tonight at 7, we will rock the borderland with the best rock ever made and the best rock being made. Special guests, birthday and anniversary celebrations, and every night at 10.
Next to Texas Roadhouse, 940 Gateway East, across from the Cielo Vista Mall, and 1499 Lee Trevino.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Interman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
nice mouth guitar.
That's what your mom said last night.
Well, I respect your mother too much to say anything about her.
We have a couple of calls about, the question was, how do you know you're dating a dummy? or when did you realize? Right. So
they pronounce it Droideka instead of Droideka.
We've gotten so many of these. We could continue it until tomorrow.
We could.
Yeah. Here's another time someone realized they were dating a real numbskull.
You know how I realized I was dating kind of a dummy or an idiot?
Okay.
I used to go out with this girl and she would say gigabytes instead of gigabytes.
Gigabyte.
And when I first heard gigabytes, I thought she was saying a slur, but no. As soon as she said gigabytes. So my internet plan is 20 gigabytes. My phone has 300 gigabytes.
No.
So I know you're not doing it on purpose.
What'd he say?
I know you're not doing that on purpose.
Do you ever?
I think that what is confusing is the girl had heard Doc in Back to the Future say 1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah.
1.21 gigawatts.
It might be a British pronunciation too, because I've heard gigawatt before.
Did you ever?
Also, Jay-Z says
when
gigawatt.
you're dating someone, like you just start saying words differently, ironically.
Like they do.
I had a boyfriend who would say humid instead of humid.
It's
as
so
a
humid
joke
out here.
As a joke, yeah.
Humid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got a good one like that.
And then it leached onto me, and then I started saying humid.
Humid?
Instead of humid.
I started saying yas instead of yes.
That's my bad. Sorry.
Girl I was dating said supposedly instead of supposedly. And normally that would be...
But she wasn't saying it ironically.
No.
She was saying it because that's how she believed it was said.
And normally that would have been the end of the relationship.
Right there.
But she was hot.
Super hot. Yeah. All right. Now this one's a slow burn, and it's not about somebody they dated. But I want to see if you can figure out what they're talking about.
Hi, good morning. I had a traffic accident client one time.
Oh, dear.
Asked me one time, did the city in Kansas get its name from the pudding, or did the pudding get its name from the city in Kansas? The name of the city starts with the letter T.
T.
Topeka?
Or tapioca. I told you, it took me a minute, too.
Oh, my God, tapioca.
That is a nice... Are you writing that time down? Yeah.
Time for us to wrap things up, folks. We hate to go, but we'll be back tomorrow starting at 6 a.m. Don't forget Buzz on Demand. You can subscribe to our podcast, which gives you anything you might have missed during the show today.
Everything should be back to normal right now.
Everything should be back to normal. How about all of the after buzzes?
Yes. So Buzz did not send me.
I did.
No, you didn't.
No, I
you
certainly
barely
did.
sent them to me
remember.
today.
Nope, I sent them.
So Buzz hadn't sent me a couple, and so those will be up to there right now.
Have a great one, everybody.
Thank you for the headphones.
Oh, yes. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
I didn't get you anything yet.
I think you talk too much. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, man, we're